Hello! Welcome everyone to D6, where I am bringing together several friends from across the internet to play on a D&D show.
Yes.
Woo! Yeah.
Woohoo!
How you guys doing?
Hooray, internet!
Dying.
Dying? I am aware of that. Please,
Poor Blue.
please stay safe.
Just halfway through the show, here's a thud, and then it's just silent.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Alrighty. Before
Listen,
we
if that were to
on...
happen, if that were to happen, Blue, you know I would have Chris on speed dial.
I know.
Yeah. Alrighty. Before we get on into today's session, I have one minor announcement for the Patreon aspect of our show, because we just talked about it. Very soon, after episode 30 goes live on the YouTube channel, we will be releasing our extra bits, which is pretty much a compilation of what happens before the show starts and what happens during our breaks. And these are nice, big, chunky behind the scenes videos, somewhere around 20 to 30 minutes each. It's aside from last episode, that's probably a big one. But if you guys are interested in that, just keep an eye out for what will just pretty much be D6 Sandtide episode blank extra. And there'll probably be a lot of amazing moments that none of you have been able to see, aside from those over on our Patreon. We'll be posting episode 1 probably either on Wednesday or I think Friday is probably what I wanted to plan. Something that we can post during the week while episodes are coming out.
Man, I can't wait to see from back then to now.
Right? How much we've grown. And how much weight I've lost. And our second minor announcement is the homebrew races from the show. I have 8 lined up, and I am kind of waiting a little bit more and getting a little closer towards the end of it. Right now, I just had to completely revamp one of the races, mainly because it just was not working out for me, and I just needed something a bit more consolidated and better. So hopefully, by the time that they finally do release, it will be a functionable document with all the races available. I'm not exactly sure about art just yet, but for right now, it is just going to be a solid document of what will hopefully be a collection of races that we will be adding to the source book once it's fully released. Okay. I don't think that there's anything else D6-wise aside from join our Patreon and watch our episodes about a week early for our release dates. Our podcast episodes are all updated, and it's game time, my friends.
Woohoo! Yeah, game time!
It's game time, my friends.
Here you go.
Alrighty. So, where we had last left off. As the Astral Corsairs find themselves reuniting with Cotton, and also subsequently threatening the Special Director Harleen Kapoor and knocking out a Dagex Turner.
Poor guy.
Alois gave a very firm and final warning to not overstep with Cotton. Shortly after, you all head to the wonderful chain restaurant known as Looters. And had a name day celebration before resting for the night and Holly having a private conversation with Eloise. After which, all of you found yourselves in a Temple of the Raven Queen, a rather yin-looking shrine where you would meet a Raven Mother who opened a gate to the Shadowfell in order to look for the Umbrus Regalia. After a extremely long and intense fight, you managed to defeat not only the local denizens of the Shadowfell, but also as well as the guardian of Balthazar's tomb. After Holly managing to reconnect with her ancestor for a few moments, she claims the Umbrus Regalia for herself, and you all leave the Shadowfell as quickly as you found yourselves. And all of you, as you are ascending up the steps that led you down into the Shadowfell, as you return within the house of the Raven. Holly, you would notice, upon exiting, the Raven Mother, as she looks at you, she's both proud and in awe as the armor fits around you perfectly.
Holly gives her a deep nod.
You can see as she gives you an even deeper bow.
I think that catches Holly off guard. She's not going to be used to that.
For raising her head. Queen has found her next chapter.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
Kind of looking you up and down. However, I feel that the armor has a better connection with you than most. I imagine it may not return to Balthazar once its use is complete. Wear it proudly.
Probably not.
Wear it proudly. It is yours.
I will. I promise.
See, as the slight nod, and as you see is that clear pool kind of tape shape back into the still red reflection. And after about a moment, you see as she looks to you again. Mayhap there are other things I might be able to assist with, or will you be traversing out to your venture once more?
Holly's gonna look to the group. And she's gonna say, there was something else we were looking for in the Bastion, wasn't there?
Something vague.
We were? Oh, I'm assuming this is while you guys were separated from me then. Because all this happened while Cotton wasn't there, so.
Right. Well, if you're going to ask a vague question, she holds her hand out to the priestess and says, this would be the person to ask.
Well, I was told by Amsir that there was something here that could help me.
God of Khan. I am
That's the one.
aware of a particular piece of knowledge. However, it is guarded by a child of Ayun.
Of course, it was going to be difficult. Where can I find this guardian?
I believe that he might still be working with the EHS.
Oh, Cotton's face is gonna fall for a second. You guys don't know that, but she just kind of look at Roy going, I know where he is. He might not be in the greatest of moods.
Well, his mood is no concern of mine.
Well, my dad kind of knocked him out before he probably tried to kill me.
Ooh.
You left him a snack, though.
Yes, I did. I left him a note saying sorry. Honestly, at the end of the day, that was just her fault.
Okay, should we pay him a visit?
Sure.
We might as well do everything we can to try and help you.
I mean, it's just her I have a problem with, to be honest. And she got a very stern, don't fuck with me warning, so I think we should be fine.
Stern attitude adjustment.
Okay, well...
I imagine when
Let's
they
head
brought
that
up
way.
Ayun and we knew exactly what it was, Cotton and Mirad both look at each other going, ugh.
Best of luck on all your journeys.
Thank you,
Thank
Mother.
you. I would say, like, I'm assuming the rest of us probably give a respective bow as well.
Of course. It'd be rude not to.
As all of you take your leave and re-enter within the city of the Adamantine Bastion, and kindly walking through the castle walls before following Murad and Cotton descending down into these steps, this area where you see a couple of curious faces as these individuals who generally wouldn't be here are. Before you see a young lady, with large spectacles and these bright red starry-like eyes approach you. Very young female, long blonde hair. So sorry. I noticed you, and I kind of remember you, but what are you all here for?
We're sorry about the, chaos earlier. We're here looking for, I think his name was Dagex?
Ah, Mr. Turner.
Yeah,
As
that's the one.
She goes and points towards the large stacks of books in the area. You should be somewhere around there. Try not to stir up any trouble.
To be fair, that wasn't my fault last time.
That's rich.
It just, don't. She wasn't involved.
Right. Okay.
We won't.
Like, Khan's honestly trying to defend her because she knows that this lady wasn't involved at all. She's like, please, this is a nice lady.
Don't worry.
Let's
We
just
won't.
behave until we have reason to not behave, okay, Reloy?
I wouldn't do that down here, to be honest.
As you all kind of spread out into this large library for finding what is a kind of bothered and researching young man as he's kind of going through a large scroll before looking up and seeing you a lot.
Hi again.
Hi.
Promise, no problems. We actually just needed to talk to you.
I think I can afford that much.
You got the note, right?
A little insulting, but I did.
Yeah. He made the snack, and she points at her husband.
His arms are crossed.
You see as his eyes immediately shift over towards Holly and stares at her.
You like the new armor?
Not so much
Shiny.
the armor.
Then...
Whoa. I think he's flirting with you.
As
Is that what flirting is?
No.
Trust me, I wouldn't know.
Should I be the wingman this time?
You can feel a faint reverberation from him. This connection, this celestial connection between you and him.
Okay. She'll try and dig along that line a little bit.
You can tell just by what looks like these several glyphs that run down the side of the face, as well as what looks like to be this cane that wraps around the eye.
Bruh.
Full head tilt. And then head tilt the other direction. Do I know you? Or something? Or... You seem...
No. Sorry. A friend of mine has told me that's a bad habit I have. What can I help with?
Well, Roy, this is you, right?
Yep. So, I am looking for a vague thing that Amsir pointed me towards. I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have much more to go on than that. Other than that, it's something beneficial, I think.
I'm assuming having everything to do with chronomancy in some way.
Probably to do with chronomancy.
Chronomancy's old magic, Lemurian magic to start with, but, you know.
This would be the place.
Yeah.
I was informed that you might have knowledge of some such thing. Here in the Bastion, maybe?
It's probably not within the Bastion, but I am aware of a certain piece of knowledge. So he goes and, like, kind of gets up and then, looking through a small section of books, he kind of pulls out a couple of scrolls, a handful of books, and kind of stacks them on top of each other. And then walks over and begins to kind of purview some of the notes that he's going through. And then he just, like, taps on a piece of paper. Right. So, whatever it is that this thing that you're looking for might be of a particular interest, as he turns the book around and slides it over. And you can see with what looks like to be an old record of something found and then promptly locked away deep within a treasure vault somewhere in the northern country of Faveris.
Oh.
It has a fragmented top, and it kind of surrounds itself with a level of magic that does kind of seep chronomancy. Upon further inspection throughout the book, it is described almost as if it is like a wand of dunamancy. But given its sketched design, it is very reminiscent of your scepter. And given where it kind of like geometrically breaks off at the end, based off of the sketch, that geometric break is where technically it would begin as you hold it.
Huh. I think Roy will sort of take out the scepter and sort of cross-reference.
That does vaguely look like it.
Yep, it does. Well, but if this is correct, this is in a whole other country.
I mean, we're about to go leave for another country anyway.
Well, we're leaving for Yemnin, not this place.
Well, who's to say we can't make a stop there, too?
Probably one thing at a time.
Oh, of course, but...
Yeah, but anything that'll help in the end.
We just got done with a big me thing, though.
So
Yeah, but maybe we need another big you thing. I don't think there's an order to it.
Well, there's more things in Yemnen
I've
right
heard
now
that
for
one
us.
before.
I'd rather be able to hit the mark on multiple things in one place instead of going back and forth. So, but we will add this to the list of places, and it probably is easier to do a slight roundabout going to Yemnen first.
I mean, there is another meeting in Full Floor that will be coming up in a couple of weeks. Or, no, a couple of months. Heading northward is probably part of the plan, no matter how you look at it.
Mhm.
Or southward, depending on where you are in Yemnen.
I mean, it would be nice to have you full powered before we deal with, Davalis.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, especially given what you're expected to do. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Thank you.
So this
for...
should be the next docket after Yemnen, because we still need the coin.
Right. My big thing can wait.
Thank you for your help despite a very rough start.
Well, I have my particular reasons why I'm not exactly too trusting of Harleen at the moment. So, my
Me
intent
too.
was hopefully to just knock you out.
Honestly, it probably would have been your smartest move.
As far as what I've understood from the report, it seems that Alois has made it explicitly clear never to mess with you.
Yeah, it's about right.
So,
I mean the Bastion and its people no harm. Ever. I am what I am. I am a doctor, at the end of the day.
right. I understand. It's just there are things here that are done often in a fashion that one could consider to be unnaturally judicial.
Ugh.
Oh, bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Mirad is trying not to roll his eyes.
I'm pretty sure Daggett is aware.
Not trying not to.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Dax is aware that this whole team is very much fuck these guys after what happened.
More like fuck the government
You're on
kind of
thin
vibes
fucking ice.
more than just fuck anybody in particular. It's just like, damn government hierarchy bullshit.
Well, we are pirates.
I know, right? Like we follow our vibe.
However, I do hope that after everything that she considers the gravity of what I told her instead of what she went with.
I suppose that will be a decision up to her.
Yep.
Right. Well. Goodbye, and I hope we never meet again.
Alright.
Wow, aggressive.
Okay.
You better hope not.
The whole team is ready
Hell
to
yeah.
fight.
If we do meet, hopefully it's under different circumstances.
If we do meet, I hope it is in friendly circumstances.
Right.
Merritt gives that like kind of smile, but it's not really a smile. It's like a forced kind of smile, but not like showing teeth, just like
Alright, we've overstayed our welcome. We can go now.
Deuces, 3 eyes.
And you see as he's just like, that lot is entertaining, before going back to his books.
Holly's gonna hang back a second. And just for a second behind the rest of the group, and go, "Hey, why were you staring at me?"
I can feel a familiar presence. It's a common feeling for those of us with celestial bloodlines.
I see.
I would keep an eye out for something like that.
I'll take free advice. Thank you. Alright, have a good one. Turns around and leaves.
And you see as he just goes back to his own personal business as you leave. All of you leaving the EHS for the possible last time here. As you're all left with Adamantine Bastion.
I don't know about you guys, but I do have to replenish my bullets. I used all of my RAP bullets on all those wraiths.
I think this was the place to get it.
That was pretty intense.
Are we going for some shopping?
A little
Please. I've been in a
Probably a good
submarine
idea.
for most of these few months, please.
bit. All right. Who needs replenishing on potions?
I do.
See, I do as well. Okay.
I could probably see about adding some spells to my spell book.
No doubt this place has a ton of magic.
Okay.
Wenrie isn't holding any healing potions, so that might be a good thing to toss on her.
All right.
I
Murad
have
pulls
a
out
book
his
that
little
we
black
picked
book.
up a long time ago.
That is true.
What book?
Rolloy,
Huh?
you, with your passive investigation, ever being so high, you kind of get a good feeling of where a lot of the shops are within the Adamantine Bastion. Much of it as you enter this long Barker's Alley where you see several people kind of just selling the usual mundane weapons and armory, a couple of spell focuses. However, one building often pops out amongst the entirety of this city. A bright blue shop face and a familiar sign where you see 3 A's kind of just circling around itself. A shop that you guys have actually been to before. Another place here, a Arvello's Arcane Assets shop.
Oh, hey,
Hooray!
Zanga again.
Ooh.
Our favorite.
If only I could get that fucking shooting star around, but never. It's too expensive.
Sorry, hon, we don't have the funds yet.
I know, and she's just slight tear.
We're not quite
I wish we didn't get
pillaging.
robbed.
We're not pillaging pirates, so sadly we don't have the funds.
Soon. One day.
Don't worry, Roloi. We both know her face as soon as we see her.
It's
Get it
time. It's
back.
time to turn over a new leaf. Maybe we should become pillaging pirates.
Maybe we pillage the right people, as in
Yeah, looking at Wenry's
the
tiny
rich
wallet
ones.
of 15 gold, yeah, she needs more.
Alright. As you guys enter the shop, the familiar floral and incense scent as it fills the shop, a familiar puff of smoke as he enters out from behind the long bees. Every time.
Hello
Oh,
again.
Familiar. You guys get around very much.
Well, we
Yeah.
got places to
Kind
be.
Places to be, most certainly so. I would have never expected. Where are we actually?
That Adamantine Bastion?
My goodness, I haven't been in this shop in months.
That
Do
explains
you
the
not know
dust.
where you are?
I have several shops all around the world. It is a thing with me. But most people have a general understanding that my shop is usually for those who have a decent amount of coinage and are looking for rare intricacies as well as the common spell or mayhaps even a simple magical item, but it is still costly nonetheless. So having a place up here doesn't really account for too much business, considering there's plenty of people on the streets capable of doing that already. Either which way, you're all here now, we're old friends. How about we make some business, shall we?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
So, what do we...
Tell me
what
how
are we
much you
looking for?
need, and what you're getting, and I will put it in the docket.
Just,
Mira's being the dad, basically. Like,
Pulls out a whole ass folder.
I think just a little potion will do for me. I don't want to spend too much.
I would
Okay,
also
so-
just like a potion. I'm still good on diamonds and stuff, so.
I
Yes.
need to get items for my bullets.
So that would be 4 greater healing potions, or just regular healing potions if you are out of that stock since the last time we've met.
I have not replenished my greater healing potions. However, I did happen to come across a particular draft. One potion of superior healing has made it into my hands.
Oh.
How much is that?
Excuse me for a moment here. Sorry. Double check my...
And who would we want to hold that?
Grabbed the wrong fucking book.
Mirad gets around, and
I'm pretty speedy,
if any
yeah.
of us go down, he could probably
Yes.
get us back up.
I mean no offense when I say this, but Murad has probably gone down more than anybody else in this party.
That is true.
And he's not
Mirage
going to
shrugs.
anymore.
Well, this one potion in particular will probably cost you around 500 gold pieces.
Okay. And then the other, the lesser potions.
If you're
How much
looking
are
for
those?
something like that, about 100 gold pieces each.
Doing some
Just
math
let me
here.
know. Just let me know which one I'm putting in my little inventory.
Oh yeah, like I'm seeing if we can have calculations for everything, and if we can't buy the superior one, then we won't. But I need to see what Roya might find, and scrolls, and what Cotton might need.
Let me behold the scrolls.
I'm hoping to do some RAP rounds and a possibly singular blasting round, which is basically fireball and a bullet.
Wenrie's just happy to window shop. She'll look at the shiny things. And if anything catches her attention, then maybe, but...
Now, I'm not too particular about any selling scrolls, considering I myself am of the arcane persuasion. I'm more than happy to show my spell book here and there, give you a purview of what I've been learning myself.
Ooh. Spellbook stuff, eh?
As he kind of...
Gonna try and teach this old dog new tricks? Oh wait, I can't play that card
You're
anymore.
not old anymore.
You're not. Oh yeah,
Not old.
the last time he
Damn
saw
it.
you were old.
That's gonna
Now
have
you're
to take some
young.
getting used to.
I
Yeah.
don't know, the white shock. Yeah.
Let's see here.
You're no longer Peepaw Roy.
Yeah, now you're young and hip.
You're young and hip.
Yes, really generally Uncle Reloy now.
Sounded like you were gonna say handsome.
I mean, you are. Hello? Come on.
None of us have ever said you weren't handsome.
Oh shucks.
Not my cup of
You're
tea,
just
but
you're
not bad
just
to look
saying
at.
things.
No?
He twists his hoof a little bit back and forth.
Yaw.
Aw, shucks.
Cotton missed her family so fucking much, man.
I find you all attractive as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, I'm married.
That's
You can find someone attractive and not be like, I'm gonna hit on you, okay?
I did that as a joke.
Wenrie just kind of shrugs.
As he does show you his spellbook as he brings it forward.
Let's fucking go.
Old grimoire. It's probably been passed down from family to family member for as long as it's been around. Upon going through some of them, a couple of 4th level spells pop out to you. One in particular, polymorph, pops out.
Oh, polymorph.
That's a fun one.
I don't have polymorph. That could probably be pretty useful, actually.
From personal experience, yes, it is.
Let's see.
Turn a big angry kitty cat into a yelling frog.
Oh wait, like one of those little race frogs that looks like the orbs, and they're just like, wee!
Exactly.
Yes,
A war
very
cry.
angry frog.
ferocious.
A 5th level spell pops out to you. A hold monster spell. Pops out.
Shit.
Oh,
Okay. Alright.
sit down.
I'm currently trying to cross-reference the spells that he's showing you that he has on his spell list versus.
Is he just letting me copy these, or is he expecting payment for this?
He is expecting payment.
Okay.
He's kind of just giving you a couple of points
Preview.
of what to kind of look for.
Unless you have keen mind. Might be
I can
able
just
to
memorize it.
That would be
fool.
so mean.
Sorry,
Unfortunately, it would take a great deal to not only transcribe but also decode. These are
But I have perfect memory.
spells.
that's the funny thing about keen mind. It's a cheeky.
I have perfect recall.
And the last one that you could possibly take note to is Conjure Minor Elemental.
Those all sound like pretty good spells.
Yeah.
What are you feeling like, Roy?
How much to transcribe these into my spell book?
Well, correctly here.
Just peeking into his ledger.
Yep. I would put around many of these spells close to around 400 to 500 gold pieces.
Each?
Each.
Okay.
Okay. Polymorph could be pretty useful. Hold monster could be really useful.
Considering we do have a future fight with one. That might be a
Hold
fiend.
monster. The spell is a bit of a misnomer. Hold monster is basically hold anything.
Huh.
It's super hold person. It's not limited to humanoid people. You can basically hold whatever you want. Granted,
So basically, you're going from regular glue to Loctite. Got it.
yes, whatever that means.
You're going from paste to a welded steel.
Got it.
And not the shoddy kind of welding either. This is the good stuff.
How much of a little shit do you want to be on the battlefield?
How
Well,
much of a
given
little shit
he-
do I want? How much of a little shit do I want to be in general?
Listen, given he just basically took a dragon and held it in place for us to just wallop.
You did what?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I made a blue dragon my bitch.
I would be
Yep.
careful with those ones. They're quite crafty when angered.
That would be the second.
This one
one
isn't
wasn't.
coming back.
Yeah,
This one's not coming back.
This one's not coming back.
we dealt with it. Unfortunately, we didn't gather anything from it, but it was kind of too far to really catch. It kind of fell out of the sky while we were on a skyship.
Fair enough. I reserve my my questioning for later.
I'm thinking maybe polymorph would be more useful on the whole. Because I can do it to Mobius too.
Ah, that's true.
Oh, true.
Mobius is looking concerned.
Now
Make
Wenrie's
your-
sitting here
make your
with the same
squid
idea with Hornsby.
Into a real kraken.
I don't think I can do that much with polymorph, but maybe a
you can
T-Rex.
do a lot with it. Yes, please. That would be fantastic.
I'll do polymorph. Let's do polymorph. I could have some fun with that.
Excellent. I can tell you everything you need to know about those larger classes.
As you see, as a piece of paper is then removed from the bottom of the desk as it is placed on top of the spellbook. As he kind of like puts a hand on it, you see as several seals that have bound itself to the book are released. And then as the paper is moved off to the side, the seals return back onto the book.
And how much is this one?
About 400 gold pieces.
Okay. And yes, we can't afford that scroll.
And he passes it over to you, Roy.
Yes, sir.
Would Cotton be having to shop here for the stuff she's going to need to make the bullets, or does it not have to be?
It is, I believe the cost can be pretty much anywhere. Like, general store is general store. He does sell metals.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
so-
Like, does she have to go anywhere else because she's going to want to be making some of her rounds again?
Oh, yeah. No, I get it.
Okay.
Why am I in black onions and what?
I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure to ask because if I want our spellcasters to get what they need first, so.
Yeah.
I still have enough for both for 3 of the lesser and 1 of the superior, but I'm waiting till Cotton makes their purchases first, and then I can decide on what potions that we can get.
I mean, in order to make any ammunition, there is the rules on the document.
Yeah, no, I know that. I'm just saying, just so that I know I bought the actual stuff to do it.
Yeah, it's
How much is
20
it?
gold pieces.
Yeah, so she's gonna do, again, the same 9 rounds of RAP, and then maybe 2 points of the blasting rounds.
Now, keep in mind, you have to actually
I know.
craft those.
I know.
You have to
We're not doing
roll
the
to craft
crafting
those, yeah.
I know. I'm just saying I'm going to spend the money to get the components first, and then we're going to have a moment where she's got to actually craft it. I get that.
Yeah.
So-
I'm just letting you know now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So-
how much of what?
Yeah.
To make those rounds?
It's 20 gold
9
pieces.
per... Oh, it's just 20 gold pieces, plain and simple?
So, you've read the rules, right, for crafting ammo?
I am missing a page of the crafting parts. I see the rounds itself, and I don't know where it went. I can see the chart in my head, but it's all blur.
Okay.
My bad.
It is in the firearm magazine.
I know it is. I have it printed, but I think one of my sheets fell somewhere.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's somewhere around here. My bad.
Grab the document real quick. Firearm. Post it in the main chat, D6 chat.
Tanks. That helps so much. Yeah. Okay, so... Yeah, it's the difficulty class, so, like, one is common, that's the RIP, and the other one is uncommon.
So, the specialty ammunition is something that is set up for the class.
Yeah.
Like, either you have to actually buy the bullets, or you make them once you reach a certain level. That was the trade-off.
Okay. Well, I made the RIP rounds before, so I'm assuming uncommon is not within my...
No, you bought them.
Did I?
You did buy them. I remember.
God, it's been a
after
while.
Hollingrad, yeah.
I mean, she can, but, like, what can she make at her level right now?
You could make regular ammunition.
Well, she's got plenty of that.
Hold on. I could explain this a lot faster. Let's see. Where are you? Trick shots. Level 10. Upon level 10, you become skilled so well at making ammunition for your firearm, you tend not to waste any materials, and you know how to make origin rounds of uncommon rarity. At level 15, you can make rare origin rounds.
Okay, so I can't make them yet, so I have to buy the RIP rounds again.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I'm assuming he has them, because he had them last time.
I mean, you bought them out, so...
At the other store.
Yeah. Same place, still. The whole store layout, it doesn't
So
change.
you're telling me that I can't buy RIP rounds again?
Not right now, unfortunately. You bought all of his.
I had asked you if I could get them off game, and you said yes, God!
You certainly can. It's just, you have to make them. Unfortunately, you can't make them right now.
That's not what I asked you, dude. I asked you if I could buy them again. You said sure.
Probably somewhere else, but not here. But for the most part, like, he still has all the other origin rounds still left there from when you were here before.
Okay, but what about a blasting round, though?
There are blasting rounds.
How much are they going for, then?
The rarity real quick. Sorry. So sorry. Uncommon?
It's uncommon.
So, either about 150 to 200 gold pieces.
How are we looking money-wise, then?
Yeah. And keep in mind, you get 3.
Yeah.
Let's see. We have if we do buy the superior potion with the 3
shopping.
so I'm probably gonna say no to the superior health potion. So we'll have 800 gold pieces if we buy just 3 lesser potions and the scroll. So we'll have 800 GP left in the group fund.
I'm asking because if I can get the blasting rounds, cool. But if it's going to be a problem, then no.
Like it's 100 to 200 gold pieces. Yeah, we have 800 left.
150 to 200.
Yeah. So we have 800 gold pieces, so you can easily buy all 3 of them.
Okay.
There's only one set of blasting rounds, and you get 3 per set.
Yeah, that's what yeah. 3 is more than fine. Just knowing when to use them.
Yeah. So yeah, you can get it.
Okay, 3 blasting rounds it is.
So is that 150 or 200?
Call it 150.
Okay.
Hey, considering
Thank
you
you.
guys have been a very consistent patrons of the shop. So.
We
That's
try
been
to
helping.
be.
And the potions of healing, how much were they going for?
They were going for 100 each for the lesser. I'm going to skip out on the superior one, though. Until we get more handy funds. I want to make sure that we still have some stock left over just in case we need to do any emergency buying of replenishing stocks.
Gotcha.
Because we still have to run a ship.
And that's why you're the captain.
Let's see. So, Holly, Wenrie, and myself are getting a lesser healing potion. Just
It would be just a regular potion of healing.
Yes.
Thank you.
By the way, I noted it down in the notes. Let me know if that works out for you, Ray.
Oh, okie dokie.
I'm really sorry.
You have your bullets and you have your scroll.
I am obsessed spaghetti, okay?
I
Okay.
know.
I know we're not gonna need it right away, but I do want it because Davalis is definitely coming up soon.
Well, he's coming up.
So basically what she has now is a fireball that can go beyond 150 feet. It can go up to 240 feet.
Gosh dang.
Yep. He's getting away. Hold it. You know. It's like that elf scene with the fucking snowball with the kid running away.
Right.
The sound of a bomb whistling in the distance just...
I mean, it's the reason I took Observe It.
Tactical nuking.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tactical nuking coming. Legalize nuclear bombs.
Just looks down. Why are you laying down? Shh. Give me 1 second.
Alright.
God. Alrighty. All things bought, all things cared for.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see as he signs off on a paper, hands you the receipt. Well then, I am glad that all of you have taken kindly to your purchases, and I will see you all somewhere in the world again.
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't doubt it.
Do you have a store in Yimden?
Not yet, but working on it, considering that they
A
they're
different
not
government.
too fond of my kind.
Hmm. I have faith in
We
you.
can
We'll
try
get
to
there.
put in a good word.
It's less that, it's more politics.
Fairy politics over there.
Eh.
Yes. Yimnan people have an aversion to those of magical intent. To
I don't know, they seem fine to me, but then again, I had Holly with me, so...
Well, they are perfectly fine with more divine magic. It's those like myself and your friend Roya here. They preferred that learned magic is under the heavy scope and thumb of the emperor or empress at the time. So,
Well, that's a load of bull honky.
yes, it very much is. Their monopoly on those who can cast magic is quite annoying, and most Yimnanites are more prone to accepting the invitation of the royalty because, of course, security, money, family, a powerful position next to the very person who rules the very nation under them. So, there are certain laws of a private practicing mage have a much more difficult time existing there. So that's why I've never opened up shop in Yimden, mainly for the avoidance of danger, problems, and the occasional harassment from its leadership.
The more you
with
know.
any luck, you'll have another venue.
Oh yes, I'm perfectly sure. I'm currently trying to work with a particular sailor in order to try and make a moving shop. But
Well,
Oh.
that's
story.
interesting.
Who's that?
Well, it's a matter in the works, and it is currently not solidified yet until, of course, ink dries on a piece of paper. So, for right now, just keep an eye open, and mayhaps I'll send you all an invitation should you find yourself somewhere along the Shion Sea.
Okay.
We'll keep our ears open.
Okay. Well then, I hope all of you have a wonderful day, and ta-ta.
Yes, have a good one.
At least this time, it's more peaceful.
As all of you take a step out into the busy streets of the Adamantine Bastion once more, as the door closes, you can hear it lock away, and all the windows dim into shadow.
Spooky.
I'm regretting not asking him to pass on a message. Oh well.
Were we supposed to run into Azure one more time before we leave?
No.
No? Okay. Is there anything else?
We can't really buy anything for the ship up here. The ship's down there.
Yeah, we need to make it back down there.
Yeah.
Hopefully we won't be accosted by anything that we've left behind.
I'd also like to get as far away from the EHS lady as much as possible, because there's something else that's bothering me. And that's beyond the whole you're dead now thing. It's her rant at me. I didn't see it in the fight itself because I was too angry, but she called Arther by his Umbrian name.
Huh.
That's not known information.
Yeah, we need to get out of here.
Something's up with that lady, and I don't like it.
So we're gonna start making our way to the little airship thing.
Alrighty. As all of you make your way to airship port, you all gladly pay out a collective of 30 gold pieces.
Woo!
As all of you find yourselves onto an airship, descending to the lower world once more into Volvaka after the course of a couple of days.
Yeah, the closer they get to Bulvaka, the more nervous Cotton gets because she cannot remember her face. She's
Whose
aware
face?
that his mom is down there, but she can't remember her.
Are you gonna raise that concern with Murad?
I think they did a while ago. She's like, I can't remember still.
I have a picture of her. The locket I have has all of my family members in it.
I am aware. However, the last time I took a hit with my memories, I lost control.
Well, that was back then. How do you feel now?
Still bad. Player terms, she's still at 5, by the way. Humanity points. So it's at a disadvantage.
Would you feel better waiting until we actually went to her house?
Yeah, would you rather have it up here or with my family?
I think safety-wise should be on the Nightwish.
Okay, we are not going to be able to leave that town without seeing my mother. I ask again, would you rather it happen up here or
Not
with my
on
family?
some random person's ship. I'm saying the Nightwish before we leave.
We will not be able to leave town.
I'm not saying we leave town. We can go on the ship without leaving, my love.
Yes and no. We will not be able to get to the Nightwish without meeting my mom.
I am not losing control on this guy's ship. It's not a great idea. Especially
you do
since
know
we're-
I can calm you down instantly, right? Cast prestidigitation to make sparkles on his fingers. Magic.
And you know, I'm not a bad hand at some spells to put you to sleep.
Just to be clear, up here or with my family, it's gonna happen. unless we're going to try to sneak by my whole mom.
And that's not going to be an easy task.
Do you not understand the command? Do you not understand the command that woman has? She will find us.
Is she going to be waiting at the port for us?
I don't know. She works in mysterious ways.
Could we maybe wait till we get to the port so Miss Cotton feels more comfortable?
Give me a day. Give me a day. I can fix this all.
Huh?
Just use magic.
No, he's thinking of a different type of magic, Aaron.
It's definitely magical.
I'm quoting the Kindy movie. Thanks, Michelle Aviga. This is what actual couples argue about, and that's what's funny to me.
Yeah, it's really funny. It's like I understand. It's gonna happen. You're gonna see my mom. It's gonna happen, and I don't know how you would want to do that.
Oh, it's because it's already on my spell list. I'm a fucking dummy.
Oh,
What's happening back there?
Sorry, I was looking for a spell, and I was like, oh, it's already on my spell list.
Oh. Does your mom even know?
Yes. She knows that we are up here, because she's the one who allowed us to come up here.
I'm talking about me.
Yes, because we told her that we're coming to pick you up, and so she expects to see you.
Uh-huh.
As for how many details she has about everything.
I imagine Cotton losing her shit, and then his mom just suplexes her and knocks her out. Like, well, that went well.
Yeah, but it's not going to feel well when you feel guilty about the whole thing. So it's like, it's kind of picking your poison, honey. It's going to be bad either way.
I know.
Oh, he pulled out the honey.
I almost ate one of the guards, okay? It was bad.
I know, sweetie. But it's like, would you guilt trip yourself more if it was
The
some
guilt trip's gonna
random
happen
dude
regardless.
that's running the ship that we would clearly protect a single of? Or would it
Oh,
be more
shit.
guilty of you, like, being in the vicinity of, like, 5 of my siblings and my mom?
I don't want to hurt anybody. That's the
I
other
know.
issue.
Oh, I lied.
I know you don't want to hurt anybody, but it's like, how much
Wizards.
guilt would you feel?
Wizards can't learn calm emotions. I just learned.
Oh yeah, no, they can't.
Whack.
it's, I believe that's
But-
part of the cleric spell.
Clerics can.
Clerics and bards.
Yep.
Yeah.
Clerics, bards, Oath of Redemption paladins, and
Sorcerers.
Archfey warlocks.
I think sorcerers can too.
Sorcerers cannot.
They can't?
Nope.
The only reason why Citra knew it is because
Oh.
technically divine soul sorcerers have access to cleric spells.
The cleric spells, right. It's just overpowered cleric. I get it, right. Got it.
So we have precautions to protect a single person, but it depends on how comfortable you feel about it.
Well, I guess while we're in the air, there's no chance of getting arrested.
Exactly.
Again.
Unfortunately, we can't do it up here. Those people are around. It's best if we do it on the airship, unfortunately, or down on the ground.
Oh, fine.
I'm sorry, honey. I really am. I'm just...
Watch me roll a 1, guys. Watch me roll a fucking 1 again.
Let's see.
You-
I'm gonna just...
Can we give her
You
any
do
kind of
know-
inspiration?
I can give you a bunch of different things. Don't worry.
I can give her guidance.
I can give you Fortune's Favor.
Yeah, guidance doesn't work on saves. It's just ability
yeah.
checks, yeah.
I can give
I
you
can give
Fortune's
you a-
Favor. I can give you Chrono Shift if you fail.
I can give you a big hug.
It's not
Big
really,
hug.
It's
Yeah,
not
a
really
big
success
hug.
or
Just grapple
fail.
her from behind.
To give you guys a quick understanding, it's not really a success or fail. It is basically the lower the number is, the more fucked up the effects might be, and the higher the number is, the better the effects may be.
Yeah.
So that's why, when it's done with disadvantage, you are looking at lower and lower numbers that can decrease her humanity points much faster.
Yeah, she's still sitting at 5.
Yeah.
Well, I can give you resistance.
To what?
Adds a d4 to a saving throw.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I was like,
work.
I'm thinking, I don't know why my brain heard greater restoration or some shit like that. Wait, no, that different thing.
Yeah, I don't even have greater restoration access yet.
so I'm gonna make sure to have a big hug on Cotton from behind.
Big hug ready.
Also, I guess
Fortune's favor ready.
warn the
Resistance
captain
ready.
some weird shit might happen. It's only right.
We'll find out. We'll be at the front of the ship. So
bow?
the person who's driving the ship is furthest away from you.
Looks
Just,
at the jump stats.
Huh?
If it comes down to something really nasty, I can always command you to sleep.
It is an unharmful command, so...
Uh-huh.
And if that
Worst
doesn't
case
work,
scenario,
I can force you to sleep.
Both of us can.
So we have options, so...
Immediately telekinesis. How about you just sit?
Oh, that's right. I could also just, lift you up off the ground for a little while until you cool down.
You want to put in air jail?
Put you in air jail.
I hope you won't be offended if I use Hex on you
I'm
and
not.
make you disadvantaged to strength checks. All right. I think we're set. Got all the precautions.
By the way, Ray, it's dex for her, not strength.
For grapple checks?
Not for telekinesis.
No, but like
telekinesis is what I'm aiming for.
Oh,
it's,
okay.
it's his thing.
Keep in mind,
It is.
for the sake of the argument, and I just need to tap this blue. When you use your beast form, you swap. your
Oh, that's right.
attributes.
It does switch. Yep.
You're fine.
Either way, it's for Roloy.
Yeah.
You will lose.
All right.
Politely.
I've seen it. That's a lie. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of lost a bit of that old mystic kind of vibe when you.
I know.
Aged down.
Now I'm a young.
What? Do we need to dye your hair silver now? Are you gonna feel better if we do that?
I've got the trauma streak. I've got the skunks line.
Yeah, but the wrinkles and all that are gone.
I've got that's going for. Yeah, I'm
I got
young.
main
I'm
character
sexy
syndrome,
now.
man.
I've got main character syndrome. I'm good at everything.
All right. Are you ready, honey?
No, but go for it.
Okay. Gonna pop open the locket that I have around my neck and show her some pictures of of our family. Just be like,
Wenrie,
So-
please step away.
oh no, I'm holding on to you.
No, she's telling Wenrie to please take a few
No,
steps back.
We'll be fine.
You kind of missed it back when we were at the underwater city. There's still a couple dents in my scutes I haven't been able to get rid of.
They're fine. So yeah, it's like, so this is our daughter, and then he opens up the other part of it and starts going over all of his siblings, just like,
Make me an intelligence save.
Oh boy, here it goes, guys.
You have fortune's favor.
One is a
and
9.
you have Holly's resistance.
It's
Well-
a d4 that you can add to it.
At disadvantage, it's a 9, and despite the second one being a 20.
Oh,
Okay, but add a d4.
Defer. I gotta go to the website for that. 11.
11.
You said the other one was a 20?
At disadvantage. My rolls are at disadvantage right now with the intelligence saves. So even though it was a 20, I have to take the 9.
With fortune's favor, you can choose which 20 you take. It basically overwrites disadvantage.
Does it?
You impart latent luck on yourself or one willing creature you can see within range. When the chosen creature makes an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw before the spell ends, it can dismiss this spell on itself to roll an additional d20 and choose which of the d20s to use. You basically overwrite disadvantage with it.
Huh.
And since
true.
you rolled a 20...
Oh, thank God.
Chronomancy!
So since I rolled a 20... Yeah.
Chronomancy!
Okay.
All right. Sweet. Thank God.
I'm amazing.
Yes. Yes,
Main
you are.
character
Pardon
syndrome
me, I'm
coming up.
delicious.
My nose just goes...
Thank you, Rolloy.
Okay.
The horns just get bigger. Yeah.
Pick sadness, fear, anger, memory, or joy.
Joy?
Okay.
You cannot
So-
feel joy for 24 hours.
Christ.
First off, you gain the control effect, and you gain 3 humanity points.
Hooray!
Following that, you gain an extra 2 humanity points as you are imbued with a level of happiness of the memories of meeting all these people, the joy of a bigger family, the wedding. It
So
all
she's
begins to
technically-
unlock. Yeah.
At 9, if I'm still adding the extra 2.
10. 10
Well,
because 3 plus 2. And you were at
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, you're right. So... Ah.
I mean, you and Mirada are still fucking every night. It doesn't really matter.
As opposed to a married couple anyway. Aaron has his priorities, I guess. Anyway.
Drugs.
Every day.
Yep.
Drugs.
Weed and steamy sex. Okay.
Mm.
Well then. The memory of your extended family is unlocked to you.
Yeah, it's just, you can kind of see the eyes just kind of go far away for a second as the memories just kind of come flooding back. And then she just starts crying, but she's smiling. She's like, I actually remember them.
Aw, I'm so glad.
It's not gonna be stupid awkward.
Merritt gives her a big old hug.
The captain just
Hooray.
watching this happen, like, what the fuck's going on over
Everyone
there?
was standing in like an attack mode for a second as this two couple, and then it all relaxes.
She just kind of,
Finally, everybody relaxes. Wenry's just patting Rollo's back. She's like, good job, bud.
she's like,
It's like a
thank you,
weird,
Roy.
like, GTA
Eric
glitch or
Clapton,
something like that.
standing at the bow, it's just like, "These people are weird."
Yeah, she would actually give Roy the biggest hug.
His head is like twice as big as it usually is.
She don't give a shit.
Big head mode.
This is earned in order to avoid chaos.
Yes.
It's also nice to have my memories back.
She's gonna be so very happy to see you.
Kind of. We still don't have Zara.
I mean, she knows.
Well, not yet.
Azure told her a lot.
I imagine she's going to be one of the first stops we make when we get Zara back.
If not her
if she
just
isn't
appearing, but yeah.
If she isn't the first people, then she will make herself the first person.
She loves her grandchild a lot.
I think she has Azure a run for his money on who loves Zara more.
Not even that.
As
It's more that
grandparents
who spoils her more. The amount of times I've told them to
grandparents
stop giving her chocolates before bed is insane.
But they're delicious.
In light of the return of your memories, as you all slowly make your way back to Bulvaka, landing at the airport and descending into the warm country that is Celsius. Well, more than warm.
Hot. Cotton's actually just like under the leather armor, like, okay.
I forgot how warm it was.
Murad is unaffected, surprisingly enough.
Must be nice.
Celsium nights, like an Celsian day.
Meanwhile, Holly's decked out in all black in the middle of a Celsian sun.
And chainmail.
More often than not, hotter than hot.
Not no good ways.
Being of both sun elf and fire genasi, heat does not bother him.
We're not gonna see your other brother, right?
No, he has
okay,
not
good.
visited, and I don't think he will for a bit.
Should we just have a bottle of champagne handy just in case?
I'm always down to have a bottle of champagne handy. Just
Didn't
for
you
any
like
occasion.
steal a bottle while we were there?
You mean at Looters?
No, not
you-
looters.
That depends. Are you a cop?
Do I look like a cop?
Well, considering we met one that was your brother, kinda, but only very loosely. I mean, I see it a little in the nose, but...
Murad raises an eyebrow at his
Got a
whole
very
pirate
cop look to
attire of like, do I really look like a cop?
I assaulted an officer with a stolen bottle of champagne.
I mean, to be fair, had you not, I probably would have shot him. So thank you
Murad
again,
just shakes
Roy.
his head.
Yeah, I'm pretty great.
Careful, your head gets any bigger, you won't fit through the door.
Yep. Let me just. He sticks a finger in his ear.
Loosens a horn.
It unscrews. Kind of like the tire wheel thing where he just unscrews it a little bit and you just hear the like.
Yeah.
That's better.
All right, we were walking through town.
Okay. Walking through town, you will actually take note. The city seems a little bit more panicked than usual. Like there's a stress that kind of encompasses the entirety of the streets that can't really be pinned down to.
Jeez, what happened since we left?
Murad is eyeing any of like the guards that are walking the street, like seeing if there's like chatter between them or something like that. Like even if they are nervous or are keeping like a very like hesitant eye open in the area, or if it's just rumors being spread right now.
There's just being it's hard for you to tell given that you don't really have any passive insight.
But what about
so
us?
make me an insight check.
Okay. Understandable. No, of course not. All right, it's an 8.
It's hard to tell or even catch anything, mainly because there is just this general fear, and usually for a lot of people within a Celsium are usually chatterboxes. This time, it seems like people are not willing to speak unless spoken to. And usually,
I wonder if we might hear any whispers if we walk by.
Quite possibly. Make a perception check.
Can I as well with the 20 passive perception?
Please.
Since you're actively looking out as well, Holly, if you are as well. But Wenrie,
Yeah, you're gonna need my roll. My perception is not that great. Hey, it's 15!
okay. So, kind of trying to get a good look around, you notice that guards are kind of like equally placed everywhere, like almost as if that there is a massive web of guards kind of almost at every corner, looking around for something, stopping people, having short conversations before moving on. there is no lockdown in place, but there is a level of stress, and you begin to hear that there was a recent assault on the palace, and the second one that has happened within the past month.
Oh, I know what that is. Okay.
And as well as the main church of Arther within the city has closed its doors to the general public recently as well.
Yeah.
And so those of that faith have been kind of worried.
Well, has nothing to do with us, but just be on our best behavior.
We might be stopped to ask for questioning at the most, but we were honestly
Not even here.
MIA of this location, so
Let's just go straight to your mom's place.
yeah.
Yep. No detours.
All right.
Just don't get offended if someone does stop us. Just be honest.
Well, you know me, Murad. I'm bad at lying, so.
No more lying for you.
No more
Mara
lying
gives
for
her a
me.
pat on the head.
Says the one with the passive 17 deception, but that's just because you're adorable.
Murad is very surprised that just you can't lie, and just like it's just a big sigh.
She just straight out blurted all the shit. That was her fault, so.
Yep. Like it was so funny. It's like, bring me into lie, blurt out shit anyway. Okay, I guess I'm just here to be here now.
To be fair, she never brought you in to lie, just because it was important, so.
As you guys make your way to the Azer home, you can hear shouting behind the door. Like an actual argument going on.
Mara tries to listen closely before about to barge in.
Make a perception check for me.
13.
13. Same as your passive. It's a little muffled, and you could definitely hear your mother shouting, as well as a male voice
I don't like this.
having an argument with her.
Murad steps in.
This is your home. Go.
As
Yep.
you open the door, you notice that your mother is kind of like sitting near that kitchen table, like very much like loose, free, kind of knowing that she is in no way going to be facing any harm, while a familiar face in full armor
Oh.
is
Oh, no.
God, shouting
No.
in her general direction before
Roya, do you have that
stopping-
champagne?
before stopping and turning and seeing the lot of you.
Oh, it's you
good.
again.
Now this.
Sup, Corky?
I'm terribly sorry, Ray. Can you remind me of this guy's name?
This is the
Oh.
brother. Yeah.
The brother,
I
the
know,
older
but
brother.
Listen, how many siblings does he have? I can't remember all their names.
Zahir.
Thank you.
Nice to see you too.
Zahir.
Thank you.
Zahir, not Zehir, because Zehir is a dead god.
That's different.
Wait.
Yeah, no.
That's
Oh,
a
that's right.
dead god.
I keep forgetting. Citra sent a very interesting letter about that guy because he was not getting away with that bullshit.
That's
was-
Citra.
Not Citra. Cotton. Sorry. Yeah, Citra did somehow.
As you see, as he kind of really straightens up and kind of narrows his eyes at you, Murad.
Was not expecting you to visit home.
It's not really much of a visit. Before kind of looking at her, I know you know where he is. I am entirely unaware of what happened to Terry and Ivy. So if any information comes by, I will certainly send letter to the Sultan himself. But until such time, you are in the presence of your mother. You will treat me as such. If I wanted to treat you as my mother, and not what you actually are...
Treat your next words very carefully.
Or what, brother?
I think we're all peering around the corner at this point, just like scowling at him.
As you see, as he kind of turns towards you and makes a kind of slow walk. Because I will not give you the luxury of a familial leniency, considering that we are not exactly familial, are we?
You haven't done anything.
And he kind of gets up to you nose to nose. Go ahead. See what punching a royal guardsman does for you.
Unfortunately, he has the backing of being back home to hide behind right now.
I wouldn't disgrace such a lack of discipline and manners in front of my own family and mother. Kind of blows hot air in his face. Such a fire Chelsea.
It's the heavy brimstone smell that comes from your breath. And you see as he kind of just shoulders you and then walks out of the house.
Have fun posturing elsewhere.
Well, I'm glad all of you have made it back safely.
And we have a surprise!
And you see as she kind of just like walks by Murad and kind of just touching his shoulder, letting him know that she very much acknowledges that you are here and that she appreciates your words. But then promptly ignores you to immediately walk over to Cotton and just both massive elven arms as they wrap around you and then shove your entire head into her bosom.
Let me tell you, Cotton saw that coming and just held her arms up like uppies and allowed it to happen.
Yeah.
Hold your breath.
She knows her mother-in-law.
The same image of fucking that one character from Record of Ragnarok is like, I never kid about this thing.
I would never joke.
I would never joke.
Somewhere in between that hug, hey, Mom.
Yeah, it's just like pulling back. Hey, Cotton. I'm glad that you managed to actually get her back. Now, where is my grandchild?
We're still working on it. Like, immediately the smile drops.
You can see as, like, one of the fingers kind of moves your hair a bit. I know. I'm much too impatient given my age. And kind of turns and leads you all into the house.
She's carrying Cotton with her at this point.
The passing as the head turns, looks at you, Roya, and gives you a wink.
Holly
fans-
like elbows
fans
you
himself.
hard in the side.
I follow her.
Virad kind of tries, like, to disguise a face that he's trying not to make in front of his mother. Of, like, how much he fucking disapproves. But it's like,
He's got them legs.
Powerful legs.
Very powerful legs. Can go all night. As you all take a seat in the main area of the house. Right. Well then. Amongst many things, I'm glad to finally see that my daughter is well and taken care of. I hope that the airship ride was pleasant.
Well, the way up was fun. Thankfully, it was nice and calm on the way back.
Fun to find something else.
So it's all blue dragons.
Old acquaintances that thought they had a beef with us, and we corrected them very swiftly.
Yep.
Okay.
Took care of
We were
it.
able to handle such a thing. Where is this blue dragon now?
In the
doesn't
water.
exist anymore.
We actually have no idea.
Listen, if
Probably
he's still
feeding
out
some
there,
krill.
if he's still out there, if he sees us again, he better turn tail. Sadly, it was while we were on the ship. He just kind of dropped out of the sky. We weren't able to really confirm it, but he left us alone.
Kind thing to keep in mind. I'm relatively sure to find a blue dragon body be extremely useful to those who might be able to find it and spare it of its flesh.
Yes.
Would we be able to remember how long it was after we took off? She might be able to figure out where it
It's
is.
just been like a day.
No, it took a couple of days to get up there. It takes a couple
was
of
it?
days to get get back down.
Gotcha. Right.
And according to the currents, who knows where the body may be now.
Yeah.
I could probably actually scry it, though, if I get
Would a
myself a
corpse-
spell focus.
Would a corpse count as a being or an object? That's
Okay,
always been the
object.
question in
Corpses are
D&D.
That's the
objects.
thing. That's the thing.
Okay.
Start with an object.
Corpses
doesn't
are
pop up.
objects, which means that mending works on them.
I know, right? Oh man, I think that's so hilarious.
When does a body no longer become a body? Let me see.
I love rules as written sometimes. They just have such goofiness.
Mending revivify?
You can see and hear a particular creature you choose that is on the same plane of existence as you, so it cannot be an object.
I think I can do a location, though, as well.
Yeah, locate object might work.
I think you have to be on a certain
Only
range.
goes out to
Locate
1,000 feet.
object.
Yeah.
I do know that locate object only lasts for 1,000 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, you'll have a ping around the city, but you wouldn't find what you're looking for.
Yeah. If it helps,
Oh, it is only a creature.
I did get to see her in some way. She's okay. But it's still complicated. But she is safe.
Like, did you get to see her, or?
It's like watching a live image of her, somehow. If she's removed, then it gets dangerous. She has to stay there still.
Yes, sir. Need to take care of a few threats before we can even go close to her. Especially since the enemies that we are making, if they ever find out that she is our daughter, they'll paint an even bigger target.
I'm not entirely familiar as to the machinations of those in Volflora.
Oh, so you know about Volflora. Okay.
I've been to Volflora a couple of times in my time. I am familiar with one aspect, though. A medallion the current king of Ulflora, not pirate king, but current king, he carries something of importance to him around his neck. I, of course, attempted to try and swoon it away a couple of times, unfortunately for me, with
Shinies.
success.
You fail? Oh my goodness.
The king is a rather stern individual. He takes his own pride far too seriously. But I do know that he carries that medallion with him to this very day. Perhaps this information might be important to all of you.
A medallion, or is it the coins that we're looking for? Those are also medallions.
Is it a medallion or is it a marker?
A marker is still. It's how it's called as a marker because of what it is. It's a binding. It is a binding device, but like they're about the size of a medallion. They're pretty big.
Yeah, Cotton would kind of tilt her head and look to them like, "Didn't you guys? You have one, right?" And she's asking because she's going to ask to show her if it looks similar, like one of those.
Red pulls it out of his pocket.
You mean like one of these?
Yes, exactly like that, actually.
Holy shit, we just found the other one.
That's the last one, isn't it?
What?
We're good at this.
The problem is it's on the king of Ulflora.
Well, the other one we still have to swindle from the bottom of a palace in
Yimnin.
So and now the king, the sultan or whatever, is under high alert.
What happened here?
Something that's happening, probably being extra protected. The guards were a little spookish when we came back down.
This is Volflora, not Volvaca.
Oh, sorry.
This is the little pirate, the pirate land underwater.
Okay, sorry. My brain was getting the names mixed up. My bad.
It's all good.
That's fine. Oh, well, to give light of what has been happening here.
Also, I'm sorry if his extra crankiness was my fault. And he points to Roy.
Huh?
You know, the cork to his face and the letter to his boss.
Well,
I was going to play it off like I never met him because I was old when I met him.
Oh, that's true. He hadn't seen you looking like this, but
he doesn't care what you look like.
No, but he insulted.
He sees a lot of people beneath him.
Yeah.
That's what he cares about.
She'd lean over to her going, she not only insulted us, but then he insulted Zara, and I just wasn't taking that. Mm-hmm.
Mayhaps I need to punish my son.
Citra, Cotton is grinning ear to ear like, I am making so much problems for this guy.
Murad is doing the brotherly thing of like, I'm not going to show an emotion of loving the fact that my brother's going to get his ass kicked.
Cotton will.
On the matter of what's been happening here, there was a recent siege on the Sultanate.
Ooh.
Well, two. Using a collective of sand elementals acting as assassins for a old follower of the older ways of the Celsius.
Oh.
And subsequently, my personal concern with the head of the Church of Arther here in Bavaka. The recent attack was a successful abduction of a very particular family that works close with the Sultan himself. I am not exactly sure where they are going or heading, but I have a theory in mind. But until such things come to fruition, I simply await word.
Well, that explains the heightened security.
You should be able to leave freely, should you so desire. I don't imagine that the local guards will be causing a uproar over small matters.
No. As far as I know, none of you caused a problem when you got here.
Nope.
Not as far as I know, but we should probably...
You cause different problems.
You
I
can't say that.
I solve problems, thank you very much.
Yeah, he did not cause any problems.
Wenrie will just roll her eyes.
He was making things comfortable for himself.
Myriad is making a face.
Just behind the back fist bump with Holly.
Hell yeah.
Low bones.
Are the rest of the siblings here, or are we just only going to see him?
He was a rather surprise guest. As for the rest, they are all out and about, taking care of personal matters and running errands for them.
The most that we might have a problem getting out of the city is if we run into my brother again, if he is looking for some sort of ego boost or whatever, or to establish dominance or whatever nonsense.
He's acting like a child while hiding behind the whole, oh, I'm a guard and I'll see him.
Now, darling,
Yes.
keep in mind that the position of a royal guardsman is of no small feat,
I know.
and such positions should still be respected. I do not respect that he has mistreated my family. That is something to be upset about.
Myriad does like a head nod, is like, very much agree. Did you? No, I shouldn't spread gossip.
The most reasonable head.
Yeah.
I
I don't think it's not a wild thought for her to know that both her and Mirad do not like him.
She knows, but
it's
she's
complicated.
Yeah.
She is who she is.
Yep. She's not gonna go about saying shit out loud out in public, but they're in her home, so.
Myriad's like, I'm trying not to be a squealer or whatever, but he did approach us at the party to try to pick fights, even though I was being a gentleman and escorting Wenrie around and such.
And basically
By all
called our
means, we
daughter
were on
half-breed
excellent
trash.
behavior.
Yeah. You guys were
I
wondering
tried to
tell on him.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I
Listen,
don't
siblings are never too old to tattle on their younger siblings or older ones.
Evidently.
Then mayhaps you can all escort me to your ship.
You're gonna love it.
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
Wait.
I would love to show you the Night Wish. Oh, it's fantastic, it's exciting.
How's Hornsby, by the way?
Wenrie has had Hornsby with her the whole time.
Oh, okay, he did. Okay, I was like, wait a
Crawling
minute.
out from under the cape.
That's right. Miss Ferrara, I am really sorry. Is it okay if I grab a snack for Hornsby? He's probably a little hungry.
Oh, he's adorable. Absolutely.
Yes, isn't he? He's so cute.
Kind of pulling off a couple of pieces of raw meat and just like you know that thing where like they pull it off
Yep.
and then they throw it up and then it goes down their gullet?
Yep.
Like that.
She probably recalls a story. It's like, Mirad is so terrified of birds ever since he got spooked by them by doing some Parkour on the roofs.
I
He
was
has never
wondering
forgiven
about
birds
that.
ever since.
Parkour.
I was wondering about that.
But he's not really a bird.
No, he isn't.
He has the eyes of them. I don't care.
Listen, he's
What's
very
wrong with
similar.
birds?
He's very similar. He has a beak, he has beady eyes, and he has wings, but he's not a bird. He's a reptile. And you boy. Gives him just a cute little scratch on his head.
Okay.
But yes, we will happily escort you.
You see as she grabs what is this very sheer designed kind of cloak, and she wraps it over her shoulders.
This time before she leaves, Cotton's just gonna put her hair up in a ponytail because it's hot as shit outside.
As all of you exit out through the home into the hot air of Celsium, as you make your way over to the seaport and the bright smells of the sea entering your nostrils, the faint breeze as it crashes and cools you all. You make your way to the Night Wish, as it has remained relatively untouched.
Relatively?
Relatively.
You can see that there is a faint sheen of sand that has
Okay.
settled upon
Okay.
it, given the nature of this country.
Well, nothing a little bit of sailing on the sea can't fix.
The deck's going to be crunchy for a few days.
No.
Did none of y'all close your hatches?
I closed mine. What about the rest of you?
I was stuck on a submarine for several months. That's what happened to me.
I don't remember.
Well,
It feels like so long ago.
if you didn't,
Cotton. You take note as you see that there is a faint, heavy footpath where sand was definitely disturbed on the way up to the top of the deck.
Oh, Cotton's definitely, immediately pulling her gun out. She's going right onto the ship. You guys watch her pull out a whole ass gun.
Whoa! Slow down, Maurice.
I think that
yeah,
might be a
let's...
friend for all of you here.
A friend?
And looking up towards the helm. As
Who's there?
all of you turn. Standing there, waiting patiently, the white cloak and the heavy mask, the bright lines that make up the distinct panels on each of them.
I did not invite him to stand
Stop.
on my ship.
Stop. Cotton's just happy to see he survived that whole interaction.
You can see that Farah is extremely unamused by his presence as well. Dr. Cottonelle, it's so good to see that you are alive.
Good to see you alive.
A simple matter, but another concern altogether. Master Azer. And friends.
Family.
I simply came here in order to double check on things. As I am sure that you and I bear the exact same cursed knowledge that we do now.
Yeah, I almost got condemned to death for it. So.
May I ask what happened while you were in the Adamantine Bastion?
Heavily interrogated by Miss Harleen Kapoor.
Perhaps we can speak details below deck. It's hot as hell out here.
See as he descends from the stairs, still see as far as eyes do not look away from that mass.
Roy will look over to Cotton, just sort of mutter into the ring, "Are we really entertaining this?"
Just bear with it for a moment.
He grumbles, but he complies.
I have an extended concern over what we have recently learned since the Abyss.
Yeah.
I am assuming that the rest of you, with the exception of this... He kind of nods his head at Farah. Presence. A matter has come across my mind. Kind of like moving the boot around on the ship. The rising of Roya concerns me greatly.
Considering Modius.
Modius was planning well and ahead for all of us.
Yeah. Used you.
I, however, cannot solely rely on him and him doing the right thing, obviously. So now my plans have fundamentally changed.
To what?
Does he know that your plans have changed?
Hardly. I am of need of the Sandtide. And you see as he steps forward, ever closer towards you, Miran. I recognize that the rest of you managed to make your way to India.
Mm-hmm.
Before stopping before you, did you happen to learn anything of import?
We learned many things about a curse on a friend.
Yes.
How weird time has flows between the Fey realm. And how deities can be born.
You see as the head kind of turns a bit. Anything else?
Can't really remember much else. I was feeling a little peeved.
You need to make me a deception check.
Guidance.
Because you know.
I do know. Motherfucker! Ah! I hate how it was
plus
19.
Plus 1d4.
Plus 1d4.
With a possible chronal shift.
It was
Am I
almost a
chrono shifting
19.
I would hope so.
Okay, so I have a plus 11. I rolled a 3.
Oh god.
Wait. That makes it a 14 plus 2, which is 16. So.
Dogs.
Woof.
He can tell that you're leaving something out. To bring up the Sandtide specifically, he has a read on you that you are not telling the entirety of what he's asking for. Mr. Acer, I wish for you to fully understand that there is a importance to the survivability of the star. Any lack there of knowledge, especially to the benefit of those like myself, would be a great detriment to the health of the star.
How is the Sandtide going to do anything against Roya?
An attempt to try and prevent his rising, at the very least.
Prevent his rising now or in the past? The far past?
I believe that would be a determination to the Sandtide.
Knowing what Roy does about time magic,
And the fact that we were also warned about the scale and that there's the threat that he used the scale on the daughter.
Yeah.
yeah, what sort of effect would that have on the timeline? If he goes back and prevents Roya's rise to power? Because that sounds like that could change everything.
It could.
You know there are rules about going into the past and changing things. You could destroy everything.
Preventing Mobius from consuming the fragment of Roya will change very little. Roya is to remain chained, indefinitely. I do not imagine that the gods would prefer him to be even so much as a pinky toe out of his prison. Time is a very weird way of fixing itself.
Can I insight him?
Sure.
So mad that I rolled a 3.
I want to see.
have a
I want to see
plus
if he thinks he knows more than he does about chronomancy.
Because that is a very specific study.
11. Yeah.
Right. I need to open my app and actually roll for once this episode.
Yeah, he must have rolled over a 21 because my passive is a 21.
Natural 20.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
there we go.
You get a full read of this man. First off, you sense the calm is not calm. It is fear.
Yeah, like, and it makes sense considering that she did
And-
say that they both witnessed this.
He's, as far as you can tell, you are probably speaking to one of the most intelligent beings on this star. He has been here longer than any of you and has expressed his intelligence and capacity to overcome any obstacle with just science alone. To actually provide somebody like this with magical power could just shape the world in a way that might fit what he is looking for. But the actual outcome of what happens to Roya is explicitly as he says. Whatever happens to Roya is supposed to happen. The gods do not want him out.
So he's not talking about going back to when he first rose. They're talking about what happened back in the tundra. Correct?
Correct.
Okay.
He could very well be contemplating murder for the first time in a long time. And that's what you can get, Roy, based off of his usual posture. He doesn't put his arms out. He doesn't seem to be speaking in a tone that is, with this level of fanaticism, it is a man terrified.
He hadn't released the other Titans, as far as I know. But it is Roya that's the problem.
If you wish to tell me, now would be the time.
About?
What it is you truly know.
Considering the last time you came to us about this, you almost killed Arona, you understand why they're nervous to tell you anything.
I am aware.
You also seem very determined to just use people, despite it being not the best idea.
You have a misinterpretation of my relationship with individuals. Mr. Azer, my intent is never to misuse anyone. I genuinely do care about everyone I have ever met. Humans especially. You are no different in that aspect.
Your intention and the outcome of it going too far are two different things.
Thus is the matter of science. We intend for one thing, but sometimes something different happens.
As long as my daughter is in danger, I have no intentions of sharing anything else with you, Arther.
I see. I truly do wish that we do not end up as enemies over this.
We shouldn't, seeing as we also don't want whatever it is that they're doing to happen.
Unfortunately, it does seem like my position is quite the opposite of a man who knows what it is exactly I'm looking for.
If you want our help, you're going to have to give us an act of good faith.
Because according to prior actions, well, we mean no offense, but it's not easy to trust someone who does that stuff.
It's all about facts and data.
And what would you say would be capable of doing to provide such an act of goodwill? Barring, of course, anything to do with Zara at the moment.
Why?
I'm relatively sure that all of you are well and aware of her position in the situation. Need I remind you exactly the reason why she stays in Volflora?
Taking her out of Volflora as a pirate king makes her an easy target.
Precisely.
Then I guess it's something you'll have to wait for until we make sure that she is safe.
In other words, we don't want to hear that any of your plans have including Zara in them.
I will promise what I have always promised. No harm will come from Zara. She is to remain protected.
Until she's needed. Sure.
It seems like at this point of injunction, you're now going in circles. I've made my intention quite clear. If there is anything else I can provide you, in a show of goodwill, by all means, be willing to hear.
A promise that she will not be included in your plans.
I unfortunately cannot do that.
She is a child. She shouldn't be included in any of this.
And looking past both of you and back to your mother, Murad. Oh goodness. Seems like neither of you know. But you do.
Murad kind of furrows his brow.
Well then. It seems like we are at an impasse.
For now.
Is Juno okay?
Juno is contained. She, however, has become far more lucid. No thanks to Mobius and his current position. I've had to replace many a body due to that lucidity. Very well. You see as he takes a couple of steps towards the gangplank. Again, I truly do hope that this matter can be settled. I do not wish for this to be less savory than it needs to be.
Don't threaten us.
He's not.
It's not a threat.
It is a hope. Hope that we do not have to be enemies.
We're not just going to ignore the fate of the star. As for what happens after that...
Can I ask you one thing?
See as he stops and looks back. Yes.
You sent me to the Bastion to be safe. And I appreciate what you did. However, why is it that Harleen, an elven woman, tried to condemn me for death for this information and called you by your Umbrian name?
I see.
Donks.
That is because Harleen is an Umbrian.
She didn't
So-
look like one.
It is because I made it so. If you are unaware with the history of the Umbrians, a quick understanding of them, of us. When we were banished from Lumeria, our names were scorned and cursed throughout our survival. We could not escape it. The reason why I was regarded as the feminine alchemist was because of my position. any and all those who dare to try and use my alchemical concoctions will subconsciously know that they are the cause of destruction. I would be ridiculed, chased out of town, and so I built the Luxon. Harleen, however, she had it worse. There was not a single person that could ever believe a single word she said. So she tried to strip her body, her Lumerian body. And I assisted. And every few generations, she comes back to me with a new request. More terrifying tales of heartbreak. We are unfortunate creatures. But after the fall of Roya, the curse was lifted. I can understand why your understanding of what has happened within the Abyss to be quite a paranoia to her. The return of Roya would mean that she could very well lose everything she cares about.
Yeah. Except that Roya person also made an open threat that he's coming back to the Bastion after he took you out.
Then he will not succeed. Should our goals align. One that I hope that does. See, as he turns and begins to walk down the flank. And as he leaves, see, he enters within the city and disappears among the crowd. See, as your mother kind of taking a deep breath.
Merritt immediately looks at her.
Man truly is a terrifying creature.
You've met him before?
Only once.
Mom.
It was a few centuries ago. He was looking for something deep within the dunes. I assumed he never found it. But I have a better guess that he did. Understanding that presence. The monster underneath that skin.
We have reason to believe he's going to use what we know on Zara.
But he said we didn't know something. And what was that?
I have a reason to believe Zara is more special than what I initially thought when I first met her.
What are you talking about?
I have conversed with Eloise a couple of times. She could very well be Not a fire genasi, but something else. I'm tired.
How?
Well, it has a lot to do with my side of things. It's a rare trait, one that has provided your child with more beneficial abilities and certain senses that she will grow into. And it is a lot to do with our connection to the old elves from Veveris.
Oh shit.
What?
She's not a fire genasi. She's an Eladrin.
Would Mira even know what this is?
What? Eladrins are these old creatures originating from the Fae. In fact, there is an Eladrin that does exist currently as the queen of the Adamantine Bastion. These are higher than High Fae. And they are, well, higher than High Elves, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And they have special properties that kind of allow them to bear certain kinds of abilities that is based entirely off the season. But your daughter is probably permanently encompassed by the summer, given the fire genasi aspect of her. So she looks like a fire genasi, but she's very well something else.
I imagine Murad and Cotton are just in shock right now, like, what?
He is currently kind of trying not to raise his voice at his mom because she knows something about their daughter that no one has divulged information to him about, and he is getting kind of pissed off at people not telling him shit.
I wanted to wait until she was old enough in order to see her abilities come to full fruition. If they didn't, then she would continue living her life as like you.
But now,
different and still very loved.
But now Arthur wants to use her because of that.
They've been looking for fake connections for a while.
If she truly is a Eladrin, and I mean this wholeheartedly, if she truly is an Eladrin, her position, especially within any kingdom, could sincerely change the very outcome, not just only with those of Flora, but also very well with the Fae. So, a Eladrin born in the prime material plane can be quite dangerous, but at least she's not an Archon, to say the least.
Cotton would take a piece of paper out of her like little journal real quick and just kind of writes the whole thing to her because she's aware that Arthur can just be watching at any point, and just kind of writes the whole, he wants to use the scale on their child, and basically she just wouldn't be her anymore. It's like, this is why we haven't said anything.
So,
how long were you under this suspicion?
probably in the past year or so.
So while I was gone.
Well, before you were gone. Well, past couple of years. Well,
I was gone for 2.
really? That long?
Yeah.
You could tell is like she's trying.
Time
like,
for
recall,
elves is really hard to keep track of.
A year could be a week to them.
I know. She's like, it's been 2
Timey,
years.
wimey, wibbly wobbly.
Soup shit.
Either which way, she is probably going to have an elongated lifespan, to say at the very least. And that's
If
probably
he doesn't,
thanks to me.
if he doesn't do that, and
I know, which is why spending time here and having this discussion seems to be less pertinent.
they're frustrated, but they're also just there's so much coming at them right now.
As I understand, there are other matters that need to be taken care of. As long as Zara remains in Flora, to my understanding, at least from what your friend described, she should be safe.
But my concern is that his idea of not harming her, what that thing does isn't to him considered harm. Whereas to us it would be.
A word of advice for my children. She goes and puts a hand on each of your shoulders. If you cannot overcome an enemy, you must think like that. And then attempt to overcome.
I already have an idea.
Do you?
And she
I
looks at
need
you.
time. Huh?
She looks at you with a glaring smile and impressiveness to the thought.
I need time and money, but I think it'll work.
How much?
Let me look.
Wait, I didn't expect to get this far.
Just flipping through his spell book, looking at notes.
Mirad's like, oh great, she's gonna become a sugar mama. No.
She kind of is, in her own way.
In her own way, yeah.
Mirad has his own pride in actually providing for himself, so it's his own pride that's in his head.
Let's see.
He could always go to his mom to ask for shit. He just chooses not to.
Well, I'm going to need to get a little stronger first.
We're gonna deal with that.
And probably gonna need a ruby that's worth a lot of money.
How much? We'll keep an eye out for it.
1,500.
Oh.
Keep an eye out for it.
Listen,
Mirad even
like
knows
I-
is like, oh.
You're up
Like
there.
I said,
You're
time
on
and money.
you're on the same line of me wanting the shooting star round, and it's just I get it.
He closes his book. By the time this all comes to a head, I think I'll be ready for it.
But I'm gonna steal the Sandtide out from underneath him.
I would be highly impressed to see that. As for the ruby, I could very well find one.
Just in the meantime, just be careful. Too much shit's happening right now in the world, and it's not
Don't
good.
want to lose any more family.
As you see, as she goes and turns out towards the port. I wouldn't worry about me, love.
Cotton won't
Wait.
let her leave without one last hug, though. She hasn't seen him in so long.
Yeah, and she goes and hugs you off to the side. You are just face full of boob.
She don't care. She's like, tell the others I miss them, then I'll be back soon.
Very well. In the meantime, I must speak to my other son.
Please do. Tell him I said hi.
Tell him we all say hi.
Yes, but mother, and he walks down with her just to get some space. I don't know what's going to happen.
See, as she kind of reaches up and plays with one of your dreads. That's the worst part, being a parent. We don't know what will ever happen to our children unless we're present.
If I don't come back, no, it wasn't on purpose.
I'm sorry, Ray, I didn't catch a thing.
I heard it. See as the hand moves from the hair to the cheek. I know. And I will not blame you, not one bit.
Just be sure to tell Zara that I love her very much.
You're
That
getting
happens.
really low.
No, I can hear it. I can hear it. It's fine by me. I know. I will.
Thank you.
And not before you do.
He looks like he's unsure if he's gonna get that chance.
Be strong, my boy. A bright fire. My little sun.
He gives a smile. Thank you.
He gives you a kiss on the cheek before letting you ascend back up.
I mean, what he doesn't know is that the rest of the team has a plan in motion to help kind of get around that issue with Beltania.
Let it be. Let it be.
Little son.
Mm-hmm.
The Final Fantasy reference. Sorry. One of the best moments in this game. Sorry. Anyway.
Final Fantasy 14. Stormblood?
Stormblood.
Yep.
Yeah, with Stormblood.
If you haven't played it, play it.
In this context, it's different.
Yeah.
Ye.
As all of you take to the ship and set sail.
Dust
to
it
the
off.
Seas of the Bordean Sea. And at that, we're gonna go ahead and take a break.
Oh, thank God.
We will be back in about 10-ish minutes, and yeah, we'll see you all then. So, break time.
Yep.
Yeah.
We are.
This time. I got nothing this time. I got no surprises.
You sure?
I just have a song stuck on repeat in my head now.
Oh my goodness! Excuse me. I am so sorry. Maven. That's why. Hold on. Hey, you should.
I will.
Come here. Come here.
Meanwhile,
you silly dog.
Lo-Fi is
You're
perfectly
okay.
unconscious.
You're okay, Maven.
Alrighty.
Sorry, guys. Pomeranians. They bark at any noise.
Yeah.
I have a Jack Russell, I get it.
I have a corgi.
Small
yeah.
dogs. Small dogs.
Quite luckily, he's chilling at the moment. Alright. With that in mind, as we... really strong music. Okay. So, as all of you set sail into the Bordean Sea, you'll traverse, discuss among yourselves what is your plans or private conversations you've probably wanted to have for a while. Meantime, while I pull up some stuff.
We have to be the loading screen. Hold on, guys.
Now loading.
Wenrie's probably having more trial, just like, I gotta get rid of all this damn sand that's stuck in all the cracks here.
I mean, you were parked in Bulvaka, so...
I know we were parked in Bulvaka, but short of finding a tarp and covering the whole ship.
No, sand is just a way of life over there. That's just, you have to accept it.
Then I'm going to minimize my visits to Bulvaka.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not saying I'm not going. I'm just going to minimize my visits so that I don't have to do this every damn time.
I mean, you can just learn prestidigitation like Roya has.
Yep.
Yeah,
Just walk up and down the ship. It's cantrip. Everyone should know it.
I wish.
Read a book. Literally, everyone. Just take a level in Wizard.
Do you read?
It's so
I wish
useful.
it was that simple.
It's so useful.
I don't even think, no. Oh, yeah, I could have, but I did not take it.
Womp womp.
Mistake.
I took shock and grasping guidance, alright?
So...
fine, I'll have her learn prestidigitation at some point. Fine. In the meantime, she's going to shoot a zap of lightning at your butt.
Oh, we're already fighting. It's like we have never left.
Murad shakes his head.
I'm guessing we're going back to Yimnin.
Yeah. We're going back to Yimnin.
So are we going through the front door, or are we going under?
We are... I think we should be pirates in this one.
I mean...
Oh, sweet, we actually get to be sneaky?
Well, it's not the sneaky part that I'm worried about. It's the whole really powerful, nasty wraith that lives under there.
I mean...
I think we can handle wraiths.
We kind of got challenged earlier pretty harshly.
And we walked out of it alive.
I am out of those RIP bullets for now. So that's
I mean,
a problem.
we're kind of at a point where it's like, fight stuff and get the stuff we need, or just wait for the end of the world, so...
Yeah.
I vote for getting things we need.
We're gonna have to say hi to your buddy when we get back, though.
Yes!
Yeah.
I miss him. He was fun.
Probably not tell him that we're going to steal from royalty. Probably leave that part out, guys. I understand us being friends with folks makes it hard to lie to them, but...
Wenrie is going to pout at that.
Woof. Too soon, dude.
It's been months.
We're also going to have
and
to
it
be...
still hurts.
I would also like to point out about the whole still hurts. We have to be a little careful getting back to Yimnin, seeing as Alernon's not all that happy with us right now. If he hadn't blabbered it out.
Blabbered what out?
Oh, that we had the map and we're the reason why, pirates kind of figure out how to mess with them.
Allegedly.
He wasn't gonna blab on that. It would
He
have
said
gotten
he
him in
wouldn't.
trouble. too.
Allegedly.
Rudy's too good for that.
He said that he wouldn't, and I trust his word.
Yeah.
You said Rudy's too good for that, and Holly turned around and gave you eyebrows.
We all did.
Yeah. Yeah. Wenrie's stuck in her own head right now.
After about a day or so of traveling, making your way out into the western seas, you find yourselves in a heavily clouded day, and Holly, a particular smell pops up to you. The smell of sulfur.
Oh, not again.
The smell of ash. As you begin to look around, Cotton, and get a closer look, you notice that there is a faint fire in the middle of the ocean.
Huh?
Yeah, Cotton would nudge Holly and point that out before going up to Mirad. We may have a problem.
Does it smell like cannon fire?
It does.
Yep.
It smells like black powder has been used heavily in this area.
Prepare yourselves. We might be amongst a threat.
Oh, we're definitely amongst the threat.
Just the one that bothers you?
I feel like we might be in the vicinity of a pirate lord.
Oh boy.
Which one?
Lady Jinoshi.
Okay. Let's
I
try
can
to
smell
be
those cannons.
try to be a little bit stealthy going in then.
Would you like me to give us some cloud cover?
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit extra might help. Yeah.
One fog cloud coming right up.
As you begin to kind of spread a fog cloud out, sailing close to that fire, however, Cotton, what you would notice that there is a ship on fire, a massive battleship that has simply been wrecked asunder, and all the fire is just this leftover hull that is slowly turning into dead driftwood due to the immense damage that it has taken.
Is there any survivors? And or a flag to recognize the ship by?
You notice the flag. It is an Alanonian flag.
Oh, great.
Oh dear.
We should at least see if anyone's alive.
Yes, we should.
Yeah. If anything, if we're stopping, Cotton would pull up the the mantle, and she'll be able to go in the water.
You sail
Okay.
close. Cotton, along with your expert eye,
I'm
you
happy.
notice a blackened fog cloud seems to be moving away from this scene. And you could swear it is the last image of this black steel and wood ship as it fades into the soot and smoke.
Was that the same ship of the one? Sorry, Kinoshi, right?
Jinoshi.
Jinoshi.
Yeah, that was definitely her. Your choice. We either go after them or we see if anyone survived.
I don't think we're trying to pick fights at the moment.
No. But if we're heading towards the land and there's people who survived...
Holly looks really angry and turns and says, we should check for survivors. If we go after her, I will not be able to control myself.
Understood.
Fair
She
enough.
just didn't want to make a decision for everybody. She's trying to gauge what we should be doing.
Murad is going to try to park it by the ship as best as he can, or keep it drifting beside the wreckage without bumping into it.
Yeah.
You notice as a few pieces of wood kind of knocking up against the side of the ship and kind of getting a general overview, you happen upon a couple of bodies. Many of them not alive. However, still on the burning hull, you notice that there is still a breathing small humanoid body.
Oh, Cotton's immediately jumping in the water.
Alright.
With the mantles.
As you jump in and kind of swimming, you can see the flames overhead before finally popping in what could be considered a relatively safe area as you pull yourself up to the hull and it's sinking ever closer into the water. Only thing keeping it buoyant is the air inside.
Cotton's gonna pop him a Cure Wounds real quick, which is gonna be at least 6 points of health before picking him up and start swimming back towards the ship.
Yep, as you grab this
She'll tie him to her, too.
Yeah, you grab this small body and kind of swim your way back before climbing up the side of the ship, and laying before you, all of you, is a passed out and heavily beaten Rudy Thatch.
Yeah. Cotton would yell to Holly, Holly, I need you now.
I'm coming. And she's gonna run right in.
Wenrie's not far behind. She's, first off, very curious about who it is, and she's gonna very bodily check Cotton and shove her away.
Good luck!
Holly's
She's gonna try!
Bury a Cure Wounds in him.
And as you do, you can see some of the color comes back, a lot of the burn marks beginning to close, as well as what looks like to be this once heavily bleeding bullet wound in his abdomen.
Oh, man. This guy is one real lucky little dude.
She's gonna give him a good shake and go, hey, buddy.
Time to wake up.
See as you kind of smack him a couple of times as the eyes kind of flutter a bit as he turns over and just coughs up a lung full of seawater.
Yeah. We'll give him a pat on his back.
Yeah.
There it is.
Get it all out.
Easy, easy.
Cotton, I think we should still check if there's any more survivors.
I will, and she'll jump back in.
Make me an investigation check.
My passive is 18, but okay. Hello? I think it fell asleep. No!
Whoops.
Oh, there it goes. A natural 20!
Oh, thank goodness.
I had to throw it around on my desk a few times for it to wake up.
You find yourself kind of swimming all around trying to look for any bodies, but as they all sink deeper into the sea, you can tell that there's not much left. It seems like, again, that halfling luck has provided him another chance of life.
Yeah. It's twice we've saved him. 3, if you count the whole, he didn't do it!
Rudy, you with us, bud?
Yeah. Cotton will be busy climbing back up onto the ship again.
The rope helps her.
Yep.
You see as his eyes kind of try to clear as noticing the familiar face of Holly. Oh. Oh, God.
Hey. You need more healing?
I should be fine.
One more and you get a free Sunday.
Cotton's just muttering to Miracle, there's nothing left.
I think you're our only one, bud.
I tried.
What happened?
We were making a shipment to Yimnan. Weapons.
That's where we're going.
Then you can see as he panickingly gets up and looks over the side of the Nightwish. And seeing the ship sinking into the sea as the flames begin to become more doused.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Rudy. I checked. There's nothing left of it.
Unless there's something specific.
Now would be the time if you need something from in there.
It's okay, right? You see as he kind of just turns and then slumps onto the deck.
Cotton's gonna go get him actual fresh water since he coughed up salt water. And just hands him like a cup of, pure water. Like, you need to drink this. You had a lot in you.
We couldn't chase after them. It would be a death sentence at the moment. Very troublesome.
Kind of looking at you. What are you all doing here?
Heading to Yimnan, I just said so.
Let's get to Yimnan.
Still angry. Got it.
You see, he has, based off of body language alone, the insight, you notice this as well, Wenrie. He is stern, closed off. He looks like he hasn't shaved in months.
Yeah,
And
Cotton
has,
isn't going to push it, so...
Yeah. You see is kind of just... kind of takes this small space on the deck and becomes quiet.
Do you need something to eat? You probably should, after that healing spell.
You see as he kind of opens his palm a bit, and you see as magic begins to circle around the hand, as you see a couple of good berries appear. And he just...
No, we actually mean an actual meal.
No, that'll fill him up. Those are good berries. Those are good for a day.
Alright. Your choice.
You could be amongst allies if you'd stop being mad.
Don't push him.
I'm not.
He just survived an attack from a pirate lord.
Pretty annoying one.
I'd say he was a little bit more than annoying, Captain.
You see as his eyes shift to each and every one of you, and he is actively trying to avoid eye contact with Wenrie.
Well, If he's going to act like this, do we treat him as a friend, or do we treat him as a foe?
I mean,
He's a friend.
Are we having this conversation in front of him?
I don't care.
we could just bring him to Yimnin.
We are bringing him to Yimnin. We have business there.
Wenrie, are you okay?
She shrugs.
It's his decision if he wants to stay with us or not, and it is his decision if he wants to be up here on deck or take one of the bunks downstairs.
Okay.
He's a guest, if nothing else.
Roloi, maybe you should at least prestidigitate the water off of him so he doesn't get cold.
Can do.
Thank
Like
you,
I said,
Betty.
everyone needs to learn this one.
I'm aware, I just didn't take it.
Well, then take it next time.
I can't.
Ooh.
I dry Rudy
I
off.
can't, yeah. As you kind of pat him, you can see as the clothes become dry, some of the edges are singed, but his closed-off nature hasn't budged.
Cotton's gonna leave Dazzle with him at least. Just a tiny dragon.
It has been a few months, but that doesn't change much. In military.
See, as he kind of gets up and he goes over towards the bow of the ship.
Dazzle's just gonna follow.
Kind of just like keeping an eye on both the robot and all of you, and just attempting a distance.
He did just lose all his comrades in the ship.
Yeah.
Molly, do you want to do a blessing?
I do. I just wanna... She walks over and grabs a blanket from their stores, and gives it to Wenrie and says, "You should probably make sure he's warm."
Yeah.
And then she goes off to the side of the ship to go do her blessing on the sailors lost.
Wenrie will take a deep breath, compose herself, and she'll just go over. Just... Rudy, if you'll have it, just to keep you warm. And she offers up the blanket. Try not to cry. She's still worried about things.
Cotton's watching like a worried mom right now, just to make sure he doesn't go off at her like that, like last time.
You see as the hand extends out, taking the blanket.
Hey, Roloi, you might need to have the drinks ready today.
I'm watching.
You, look okay, given the circumstances, Rudy. I'm glad. I'm not for the circumstances, but...
Miss Wenrie?
Hmm?
I just lost my ship, my companions, and my captain.
Yeah. I'll,
again.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I was. We'd gladly like some privacy.
Okay. If you need anything, just let us know. You're a guest here.
See as the head turns back towards the sea.
Wenrie will take her leave. Go over to Roya and Cotton. I really fucked up with them, didn't I?
It's not. He's going through a lot right now. He just lost his people.
Yeah, I think he's dealing with a whole separate set of emotions right now.
Give it time, okay?
Yeah, it's...
Nothing is certain until you're dead, and even then, that's not always permanent either.
As we know, gestures to...
I hear that.
Cotton just winks at Holly like, I get it.
But, yeah, I'll be below deck.
I understand. If you need anything, just let us know.
Yeah.
As you descend beneath the deck, you hit the faint.
Hornsby.
Well, she reaches up, she pets at him. What's up, buddy? What you want?
Man, if only any of us had to speak with animals.
I really should learn how to talk to you proper.
See, as he kind of jumps off from your arms, begins to kind of waddle his way up to the top deck.
Well, no stopping that bird.
Did you just admit he's a bird?
Not in front of Murad.
Oh, God. Surely is distraught.
Murad would be like, I fucking knew it!
She'll watch
fool me
him.
to think that it's a reptile.
Vindication!
She'll probably watch him go up on deck and just watch from afar. She's not gonna follow him any further. He knows to stay on the ship.
Yeah.
Good port.
You see as he kind of makes his way and kind of parks next to Rudy.
He's got the homunculus and the dinosaur with him.
Should I summon Mobius?
I might as
He
well.
gets the whole crowd.
Please.
As the rest of the day continues, Holly giving your blessing to the sailors lost. A night comes, and the morning passes, as the faint smell of smoke finally escapes. Wenrie,
Yes.
you are interrupted in the morning as you are awoken by a pecking Hornsby, just kind of at your forehead.
Thunk, thunk.
What is it, Hornsby? What's up? Okay, alright, just give me a second. And Wenrie will throw on her robe, she'll put on her boots. Probably not the full garb, because she's just on the ship. She's just throwing on something for decency. She sleepily follows Hornsby, just like, fine, what do you want to show me, bud? What's going on?
Kind of like leading you up to the top deck. Not everyone is awake just yet, but you can kind of see a kind of almost bored looking, not bored, but still like processing Rudy. I'm just staring out at the sea, kind of both angry at it and something desiring of it.
Wenrie will go up, stand next to Rudy, just like a couple feet apart. Just sits there watching the sea along with him. Maybe absently petting Hornsby.
You see as the head kind of tilts a bit. Thank you.
Wenrie will. She'll nod. Anything else you need?
No.
Okay. If it's okay with you, maybe I can just stand here a while.
I wouldn't mind that.
Okay. And Wenrie will continue staring out to the sea. Probably glancing over at Rudy every now and again, but eventually she'll say, I like the beard. It's a little rough, but I like it.
See as he kind of just reaches up to it and scratches it a bit. It's gotten a little too long, hasn't it?
I don't think so. Just needs a little cleaning up. We can ask Roya. He knows a lot about keeping a good beard. Same with Mirad. I am so sorry. A phone just started ringing.
Suddenly, Dazzle can bark.
Down, Hornsby!
I am not taking phone calls right now.
No sendings!
No sendings!
We're all whispering into the ring, do this!
You are receiving a collect sending. Would you like to spend 2 gold?
Wenrie will surreptitiously just wiggle that ring off her finger and just put it in her palm for a while.
Mirad tells the ring, the ring gremlins, like, leave it. like basically
It's really
telling
just
everybody
Roya.
on the line to get the fuck off the line.
It's just Roya and Cotton, the ones being behind that shit.
Don't worry, Wenrie. Mirad got you with terms of privacy for this kind of shit.
I mean, we can choose with the rings who sends, right?
Yeah, it's not like an open line to everybody.
I mean, it
So
could
you
be, if you so desire, you could message everyone on those rings.
Yeah,
think knowing
she's just gonna keep everybody out of her head for a while.
I would like it to point out that Cotton can't hear through Dazzle, so it's not like she's spying on him, but it is just there for comfort. But Dazzle to a halfling is like the size of a pretty big house cat.
Yeah.
I am sorry for what happened. I wish we could have helped.
What happened was too quick and violent for me to have done anything. You were a fully armed battalion. You were ready for anything, but she tore through us like paper. And anything we did to her, it was like we were fighting against a god.
That's the strength of a pirate lord for you. And a damn vicious one at that. I can't offer much more than condolences, but if there's anything else I can do to help. Or, hell, if there's anything I can do to just get your mind off it. You got Hornsby here. She'll affectionately pet the pterosaur. I still need to learn how to talk to him, but you've already got that down.
We had a very long conversation last night. Miss Wenrie.
Yeah?
About what happened. Still upset.
I don't blame you. We didn't know what we were doing when we had that map.
I kind of figured. But I was so angry. Angry. A little betrayed.
Yeah.
Because I had to decide if whether or not I needed to be something, not want something. There aren't a lot of us who make a mark in history. You know that there's probably only 2 halflings to name that have been regarded as some of the most amazing people in the entire world.
Really? Just a couple?
General Obi Trixton, one of the 4 generals of Alanon. An honor that cannot be understated. And then a hero of the last age, River Dustin. Too.
Well, it won't be long until there's a 3rd. She'll playfully reach over and pat his shoulder. Admiral Rudius Thatch. I can hear it now.
See as he kind of just takes the hand and lets it slide off a bit. This is becoming painfully aware that I might not be cut out for this.
What made you think that?
Every time I have fought, every time that I have sailed or tried to become something, it is violently taken away from me. Anytime I've ever desired happiness, it seems like everything else is deciding against me.
And
I lost 2 crews, 2 ships, 2 captains. I have lost friends at a fort. And I feel like all my anger and all my pain, I lost you.
well, that gets her. She catches her breath and... Well... You're still here, though. You keep getting up. And I think that says more about you than anything else. And
See, as he finally stands up and fully turns around to see you as you're kind of just holding back. I don't know if I'll become admiral. I'm not sure if I will make it to captain at my rate.
well, if that's how you feel, what do you think you want to do then? If it doesn't feel right,
That's the worst part of it. I don't know. It's terrifying to even think about the thought of starting anything.
it isn't easy. You're starting from square one. The upside of your background is you have something to lean on. Me, I came out of nowhere. Nobody knows me. Hardly anybody knows about the Quacanata. And then there's you. You've got all this background behind you. I think you're a couple steps ahead of a lot of folks. I think you'll have a leg up in whatever you decide to do. It'll be tough. It'll suck. But I've got every confidence in you, Rudy. And Wenrie will give probably the most genuine smile she's been given and she's been able to give in the past few weeks.
upset as I am, I forgive you.
Thank you. That means a lot. Wenrie's kind of playing with her hands. She wants to hug him.
She's also doing everything she can to not just bawl.
As he kind of just steps over and extending his hands out.
Yeah, she'll take it. She'll fall in for the hug. It's a tight squeeze, a very firm one.
However, I think that means that I can't tell you exactly what I wanted to tell you in the change of circumstances.
Oh, circumstances, schmircumstances. If it's important, Rudy, you should just say it. I mean, unless you don't want to, but...
See, as he kind of pulls away from the hug a bit, and then kind of right the glasses a bit, kind of straighten out the beard the best he can.
Even Dazzle and Dazzle and Hornsby like, oh?
Huh?
Much more difficult than I thought it would be.
If it helps, I can turn around. You won't have anybody watching you.
No,
So they think.
It's just...
I want to say this. To your face.
Wenrie will straighten up and she'll wait patiently.
You are the most amazing person I've come to know. I don't know the fundamentals of this feeling, but I do know that I really like you. And I believe when I first saw you, your adventurousness, your kindness, and how inquisitive you are, how honest you are, how strong you are. At first I thought it was fleeting. We spent the time together when we first met. And then I saw you again. It was the moment when we were running to the bell. When we pulled on the rope and I saw your eyes, your desire to be good and help people. That's when I knew. That's when I knew I believe I loved you. I still do.
Wenrie's hands will bunch up in her shirt, and she's just not sure what to do with them. Thoughts go through her head. And eventually, you know, you are one hell of a halfling. Yeah, we found you under some rough circumstances, but like I said, you keep getting up. I don't think I know anyone who would be able to get up and keep going like you did. Well, there's a dragon I can think of, but call it high praise, an adult dragon. I'm comparing you to them. No, I did feel like, you know, when we dropped you off, you were a cool guy. And then when we next met, you're fun and I like being around you, and then the whole map thing happened.
See as his face turns down, and you can tell there's shame in him.
Honestly, it wasn't until I heard that much that I knew that I felt the same. I was afraid I'd never get to see you again. Never get to speak with you. I promised myself that when we were all done with this mess and we took a break from, you know, going from this place to that, I'd try to find you and apologize myself for the mistakes I made. And here you are. Fate is so weird, it just keeps bringing us together, doesn't it?
The roughest of circumstances. I'm happy to know you feel the same. And I truly would have regretted every single moment since that day. I left in so much anger.
No, it was valid. Were I in your position and you in mine, I probably would have been just as angry. Albeit, I'm a little bit more, spell happy. Wenrie will conjure up a small little ball of fire in her hand and just toss it out to the ocean. But
rocks the ship, wakes everyone up. The fuck was that?
It's a little fireball. It's a little fireball. It would only be a little
little about a fireball.
It would be funny if Murad is still up but not have been noticed because Captain's supposed to wake up first.
It just pans over. We're all over at the fucking with the shift wheel, just watching. Like, hi.
Murad is making sure that everyone's staying downstairs. Basically,
Roya doesn't need to stay downstairs just to hear.
Making sure Modius stays downstairs too.
But yes, no, your feelings were very much valid, and I don't blame you for it. But you know, there's one little thing, and Wenrie will look at Rudy's face, just kind of studying, just like looking at it, just like, That's what I'm missing. Brace yourself, Rudy. She's going to grab your face and kiss.
And you can see it is first surprise, a little bit of shock, but then acceptance. As he gladly trades. And then, as he pulls back, you see as his eyes lock with yours again.
Bruh. Don't say fascinating.
Merritt's like, Wenrie will laugh at that. Just like, you're so cheesy, Rudy.
Fascinating.
You're so cheesy, Rudy.
You see as he kind of chuckles to himself, this is the first crack you've probably seen since he's shown himself or was saved. And see that he immediately kind of reaches up and covers his ears to kind of like check. Bit burning. Bit burning.
Just hear what you could swear is a laugh from Dazzle right now.
It's okay, mine are too. Wenrie will reach up to her own very pink ears.
Good luck hiding this from the crew.
I'm not exactly sure what to say or do next.
It's alright.
Really unfamiliar with this.
I didn't think I'd get this far.
Don't worry, it's been a while for me. My last boyfriend was like 20 years ago. And boy, was he nothing like you. Wenrie will probably take his hand and just like, how about we just sit here for a while? Waiting for everyone to get up.
We're always gonna be like, we're gonna work on your vocabulary.
I like that a lot.
And Wenrie will sit down, prompt him to sit next to her, and she may lean on his shoulder.
Aww.
And they'll just watch the horizon as the sun rises.
As the sun rises, the faint slaps of water on the side of the ship, and the subtle rocking.
A greater invisibility to Mobius will crawl back into Roya's room. Having rolled a 28 on his stealth check.
Oh my god! I don't think they would care.
Roy will speak into the ring of sending towards Cotton specifically. I think everything's going to be alright.
Fuck yeah. I can put my gun away now.
Just lowers the pistol.
It's funny, because, like, you think the stereotype being the dad with the gun. No, it's Cotton.
All of you slowly awaken as the smells of cooking are beginning to expel from the ship.
Cotton just summons Dazzle back to her, like, I hope everything was fun for you. She was just mostly keeping him there in case he decided to pull something stupid.
Though perhaps not long after, Hornsby would follow, and of course, Wenrie's
Mirad would
chasing after him.
Mirad would call everybody to come to the kitchen for dinner, breakfast. Excuse me.
Breakfast.
It's breakfast. Yep.
By the by,
Breakfast.
I just want you to know, Hornsby is your wingman.
What does Hornsby
Oh,
sound
shit.
like? What does Hornsby sound like? Please.
I think we got a taste of it. No, actually, no, we didn't. You just had Rudy squawk with Hornsby, and we didn't get a voice for Hornsby.
Yeah.
Attention, kiss.
Oh my god.
Crunk voice.
It would
It's
not.
Kronk.
Pretty cool.
I am half tempted to messaging Eagle 8 Burger, a friend of mine within the emerging community, to have
Oh my
him do a
goodness.
voice line for Hornsby.
Oh my god,
My
I
gosh,
cry.
that would be fantastic.
Alright, but like, at this point, if you come down with Rudy, both Roy and Cotton are just eyebrow raised.
Pretending not to notice.
Yeah.
It's a very tight ship.
Yep.
It's not a ship; it's a family.
And Rudy does have a plate. Mirad, not
Yeah.
skip out.
And knowing Wenrie's halfling appetite, she probably did the same for Rudy. Just gave him a second plate.
Rudy's halfling appetite is thoroughly unfulfilled on a single good fucking berry.
Listen. He's lucky. He's amongst Mirad.
Yeah, he's used to cooking for like 5 people?
Yeah.
Plus
One of them being already a halfling.
Yeah.
Well, technically Dragon Touch, but
Yeah. Cotton would just look over at them, like, I'm hoping you're feeling better today, Rudy. At least a little bit. Good.
yeah, we talked about a few things and resolved some stuff.
Okay, told you, give him some sprays. He'll be fine.
Yeah. All this time, Wenrie hasn't let go of his hand.
And he's just still kind of holding on with a kindness and graceness as he possibly can. Just trying to make sure it's comfortable.
Yep. We are headed to Yimden, though. Not
That is
sure
our
what
stop.
port you're hoping to get to, but
I don't think any port would be of any particulars.
That's right, we
Alrighty.
didn't resolve what you wanted to do, but then again, that's a pretty serious decision.
He has plenty of time to discover that.
You'll
No
have
rush.
you'll have a bunk here as long as you need to decide it.
We have plenty of room.
I think I'd like to go on an adventure.
Oh?
Okay.
The invitation is open to you.
just if you're planning that with us, things get a little weird.
Oh,
Best
right.
start
We
preparing
should
for that adventure,
probably
Mr.
fill him
Thatch.
in.
You're on one.
Everyone just kind of gives like a mile-long stare all at once.
Yeah.
Just like, ooh.
You best start preparing for an adventure, Mr. Thatch. You're on one.
Oh, gosh.
Well, that depends on what you want to do. If you want to stay with us on your adventure, we have a lot to fill you in on.
Well,
I mean,
if you guys need a proper navigator, my skills in that are quite extensive. I practically have the entirety of every sea to memory.
Well, we did lose a map last time.
We did, and I don't think we've been able to find a replacement.
Not yours. It was It was one of my maps.
A different map. Somebody made it on the ship, and they nicked a few of our maps, and it's very irritating because they were Myrad's special maps.
So many charts on there for navigation, but it would be very wonderful to rediscover those with a friend.
Yeah. Wasn't it of Yimnin?
Yes, it was of Yimnin.
Yeah.
I might be able to draw up at least something rough within the next couple of weeks while we're traveling.
If you want to.
I think we can get a pre-made map, and then you can use that as a basis for any additional information and current navigations and such like that. That might be easier for you. So you don't have to spend the whole time drawing the whole map.
However, I do think it's only polite to give him a warning that we eventually will be dealing with pirate lords, personally.
Yes. Yeah. We couldn't tell you much because it was a need to know within our crew.
And
we are planning on taking down pirate lords.
We actually ran into Viscal the other time.
Unfortunately, we need to gather certain materials to force them to fight us. They don't run away or refuse.
And getting those materials may involve taking those materials.
Unfortunately, we might have to do a little bit of piracy. We've been pretty good about not needing to do that for
We've been actually very lucky. We've kind of just come across a lot of good stuff, but there's some stuff that we just can't find by luck. We have to take it.
Well,
unfortunately, it might be too much out of our price range to bribe or pay for such things. Unfortunately.
Well. As far as anyone would know, at least at the moment, I'm still a Alanonian official.
Rudy.
A double agent.
Attempt a measure of peace between some of the upper echelons of Minden, but I can't promise anything.
We would appreciate it.
My negotiative skills are lacking, but my combat skills have vastly improved since the last time we spoke.
That's good.
Part of it would either be we go through the front door and do the whole talky thing, or the other part is going under the palace for this thing and dealing with a really nasty raid.
We would prefer to do it negotiation, but things have been a little tense in some places, so it might not be plausible. But we would still be willing to try. We just need this medallion, because that's the only way that we can force the Pirate Kings to confront us. Pirate Lords, excuse me, not Pirate King.
If anything, I might say taking the less intrusive route may be your best bet. I can certainly attempt to try and maintain the ship and fend off against those who might try and abuse your lack of absence.
Well, they can't exactly steal the ship.
It's more of the things on this ship that I wouldn't want to take.
Yeah, funny thing is, the last time anything was officially stolen off this ship, it was Hornsby. Yimden, actually, that was when it happened.
I told you the story about about when we got Hornsby, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah,
Bit
this
of a
little...
stowaway from your island?
Yep, I found him in that crate right over there.
And he knocked over so many expensive spices that we had to restock.
Listen, we cleaned up and rescued as much as we could, but he's a little messy boy, aren't you, Hornsby? She tosses a bit of waffle at him.
Regardless, we're happy to have you, but we want you to understand things can get very deadly and dangerous in the path we're taking.
Unfortunately, we have ourselves in a few very tight situations that has put a lot of people in danger. And we want to try to negate as much of that as possible.
My friends, every time we have all met, it has been under the circumstances of me nearly dying or being attacked. I believe I'm mentally prepared of whatever might come next at this point.
I remember I pulled you out from your other ship and then I got you off of this ship.
I was a Navyman. Or am.
Yes, you still are. That experience will never go away.
It's just now you can carry that experience into a new suit. Albeit, you might want to hang on to this one if we want to do your plan.
Yeah.
Speaking of...
fixing.
Mending.
Speaking of, Wenrie will just tap his shirt with a little cantrip of mending.
You have to hold that there for a minute.
The burn marks, the singes as you are mending it back together and slowly becoming back to this pristine uniform, the classical red uniform of Aurorio's main flying color.
And then we just need to get you some beard shampoo. I think I've recommended Rolloy a few different variations.
I'm sure they have enough to share, at least for the time being.
I smell good.
You know, actually, yes, he does.
And you see as he finally actually paying attention to Rolloy.
He's younger now.
Oh yeah, there's a lot that's happened.
Hi.
Yes, he has.
Rolloy.
Rolloy, don't do this.
I have to get one in.
You can do that to what's his
Who am I
face
going to
in
do it
Indian.
to? Davalis. I'll do it to Davalis.
Yes.
No!
Yes.
You met Holly's friend on Yimnin as older Rolloy.
Oh
Yes.
my
Do it to
god,
him.
that's right.
Trick
So
him.
many people.
Do it to him, not the crew.
You have
Gotcha.
to pretend you don't know Mark.
I will do this.
We support it.
Oh, by the way, if we ever need to leave the ship unattended for a certain amount of time, I do have a spell that can help with that.
Oh.
I feel very comfortable at port, and while my combat abilities have improved, they're not what I imagine are the equivalent of seasoned adventurers and pirates.
I don't know, man. I've gone down so many times, and I have to rely on these guys.
Not permanently.
Nope.
Thankfully not permanently, but still, like, you'll go down a lot of times during an adventure. The more you go adventuring, it's just statistically more possible to go down more often. Mira does a deep, tired sigh.
I don't know. I haven't gone down once yet. Got
Oh,
close.
look at you.
Yeah, because fate favors you.
Little miss, I can sprout a dragon wing all of a sudden.
Right?
And hopefully Rudy's seeing, like, this familial kind of environment happening.
He's starting to feel comfortable. And given the circumstances, he feels better.
We all kind of, like, mentally agreed to just act as usual. And it would make him feel a lot less, you know, the odd man out here or some shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Is it too early in the morning to drink to a new crewmate?
Nah.
For you, Holly, I'm probably sure it isn't.
Well, there's such a thing as mimosas.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
You two,
I think we
Roy.
both know exactly what that means.
Here
Don't
we go.
think I haven't noticed the cooking wine getting depleted every now and then.
That's cooking wine, though. It's different than drinking wine.
We have better stuff on board.
That's the point.
I know the difference. I know the fucking difference.
I know what's cheap and slightly less
It's
cheap.
basically vinegar.
Yes, and that's why you shouldn't be drunk.
And yet... Anyway.
Shakes his head.
I'll
Vera
pour
goes
the
in the back.
Rudy's face just screams, I miss this.
We have
All
some
right.
things we need to toast to.
All right, what do you guys want?
What are we toasting to?
A new crew member.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Toasting to our new crew member. To people that we've lost. To those we can still save. And to punishing the evil bastards that take them from us.
Damn right.
Here.
Here, here.
Well said.
Agreed.
And you see as he erases. Let's get those fuckers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and end today's game.
Yay!
Yay!
Let Rudy say fuck.
Fuck. Alrighty. 10 episodes in the making. Oh, God. Alright, so, that being said, I think it's time to jump on into some quick announcements. And guys, next session is episode 30.
Holy balls.
Which
Big
means
number.
You guys are going to notice some things are going to be changing.
Oh boy.
Maybe some updates.
Oh, yeah. Haha.
I believe.
Alrighty. On the side of that, I will go ahead and I'll go ahead and jump on into my announcements, and then we'll go across the table as we usually do. I have almost nothing to say. Aside from I'm attempting to come out with another Angry Newsman video soon.
Another one.
Another one.
Another one.
I will be talking about the voiceover industry, especially translations and localizations specifically, and my very grand disdain for a certain Brendan Blabber.
Oh
Oh boy.
I will reserve any other words aside from that for the video, as it is more comedically taken than it would be seriously taken here. And streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that's about it, because I already did these 6 at the beginning. Fine. Alright.
I mean, you can always just tell them to, hey, subscribe and all that fun stuff again.
Yeah, subscribe. Subscribe and hit the bell icon and make sure it's rung, so that way you know when an episode comes out.
Yeah.
And by all means, if you got any friends who you think would enjoy this, share it.
Please.
And also, I intend to come out with an update video, hopefully before episode 30. Hopefully. There will be a long-winded explanation of where the channel is going and what the plan is for the future campaign, because as you can possibly tell, especially from the past couple of shows, is that this is a massive narrative undertaking that I have had to do for the past several years. So this is pretty much my my big plan, and our next campaign will probably be discussing what will be happening
then. But update video for the channel is going to be coming along soon, and hopefully you guys will have a better understanding of what to expect. All right, that's it for me. Blue. Hey now.
Yeah, it's me. I am Blue. I am still surviving despite being very sick yesterday. Hi, it's me. It's Blue Casanate. I play your human/chimera kid, Cotton. She's still kicking. I got not much to say except by when this episode comes out, you guys should start looking for new art of the characters because I am giving them all their glow-ups, including the PNG changes very soon. Other than that, I do try to stream, but between everything else that I've got going on in my life, I do not have a schedule, unlike Aaron, and I don't know how he sticks to it. But yeah, besides that, I don't really have much else coming out. I don't have effort. The brain cell is overworked as it is, so I'm gonna toss that brain cell over to Ray.
Hello. I am now holding the brain cell. I will hold it and cherish it.
It's my turn on the brain
touches
cell.
the beacon.
Little meow meow. Yes, I am Ray, also known as Key Ink or Calligraphy Ink on various platforms. I have been hard at work and doing various things with both as a color assistant for Suitor Armor, but also trying to really wrap up a few things for my own stuff before the beginning of summer. Oh my gosh, there's a few things that I'm like getting behind on, but I'm trying my best. I'm trying to get back into getting streaming, but it's been difficult due to needing to update all of my programs. But other than that, I hope to get back on the ball and at least have more chats with people online in the future. And passing it on to Abby.
Hi, I hold the brain cell now. I feel bad for it. It's me. I'm B. As you guys know, I've been working on some art. Aaron actually did post the first piece of it a little while ago on his Twitter. More to come. Other than that, I've just been chilling and being overworked. So, that's it. You can find me on Twitter, Pastel Werewolf, passing it on to Connor.
I have the brain cell. I dropped the brain cell.
Oh no!
10-second rule.
19.
Reset it.
I picked it back up. They can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Tumblr, and Blue Sky at Distortion Devil. I stream Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Yeah, just got back from Anime St. Louis. I hung out with a bunch of people. If you were there and you met me and you're listening to this, hello again. Yeah. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got going on right now.
Okay. And last but not least, it's your turn on the brain cell, Kendra.
Yeah, I gotta dust this thing off now. Thanks.
We all share this brain cell.
And it's a filthy brain cell.
Dirty.
Anyway, hi everyone. I am Kendra, or Transient Day, all around the internet. Wenrie finally had her lovely episode. Hooray!
Yeah. The I'm sorry I love you episode.
And
Yep.
and so far it's working out. So yay! Yes, I was really crying during this because I am very emotionally attached to Wenrie, and I adore Rudy. He is so fantastic. I am so happy that they get to have more adventures. Anyway, on to real world things. I maintain the D6 TikTok, so please, if you want, go check us out at D6EOE. I believe we've got a bunch of shorts coming out pretty soon. And you will you'll know when we're recording this. You'll know when we're recording this when you see those TikToks come out. So by all means, interact with them as much as you can. If you have any questions, I will do my best to get you an insider scoop.
Like, what are Rudy's stats?
Exactly. What are Rudy's stats? We know he's a druid, but how good of a druid is he so far?
I will be the judge of that. I'm just kidding.
Yes, our druid main, Ray.
As a druid main, I will decide that.
Yes. I will happily help build Rudy.
All right. Aside from that, I got a wiggly dog down here who wants to play, so I think it may be about time to end recording. What do you think?
I think so too. Nothing else pressing?
No.
Alrighty.
Nar.
Well, that being said, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Thank you all for spending time with us. We hope that you stay safe out there. We love you, and as always, see you next Sunday. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Good night.